I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gargano Show!
Hello and good morning. Happy rainy Wednesday. And don't worry, we're going to bitch about the weather today because, my God. Welcome into the Anthony Gargano Show. We are presented by our friends over at Bet Parks right there on Street Road in Bensalem. Easy to get to from everywhere. You know it, you love it. The Excite Center, great food, great gambling, a beer garden, everything you want right there in Bensalem. This is the Anthony Gargano Show. I'm Jamie Lynch. We have Violations Gray. We got Andrew Frazier in with us today, and we are going to be joined by Zach Berman. Probably not to talk football because my man Zach is itching to talk non-Eagles.
All right.
So we can talk some non-Eagles related things.
Like
if you have something on your mind with the Eagles, VG, feel free to
hit us up in the chat.
There is one name that's out there in the NFL world, and honestly, one of the show notes I made was like, I am Anthony Gargano would be so disappointed in me right now.
Okay.
Because Andrew the other day was like, "Oh, do you want to talk to Baldy or football or anything?" I was like, "I'll always talk to Baldy, but like, I have no football itch right now.
I'm kind of with you.
None, like dead."
But I'm a summer guy. Me and Anthony butt heads at this all the time. I'm cool. It's 4th of July. It's summer. We got a doubleheader coming today. I don't know. Yeah.
But there was one thing in the NFL world that I did think about. Not for long, maybe like 7 minutes.
It's not the news that came out yesterday about a tight end, is it?
No, Darren Waller. We'll get to him later today.
Playing his rap music.
Yeah.
TJ Watt.
Yeah, you're
TJ Watt.
I mean, it's not going to be cheap. Obviously, we all know that. But when you hear the name TJ Watt, you know,
sure,
maybe the best defensive player in football, up there with Myles Garrett and some others. Yeah, it moves a little bit.
I mean, the word associated, the name associated is Nolan Smith.
So I heard John Johnson on WIP, old buddy of mine, overnight did a poll. Would you trade Nolan Smith and a future later round pick, let's say a 4th rounder, for TJ Watt?
No.
I would not.
No.
I'm out on that.
Out.
I like Nolan, man.
I like Nolan a lot too.
Good
He's
dude.
nuts.
He's young.
He was super
Stuck
personable
guy.
when he came up here.
Yeah,
Very friendly guy.
That's what everybody says.
Super young, super high upside to his play. TJ Watt notoriously hurt almost every single year. You get a young guy that doesn't have really an injury history like that.
I'm kind of surprised at the automatic nose by both of you.
I like what we got going on.
I do too. And I'm not like, I don't want to lose Nolan Smith, but it did. That damn John Johnson kind of sparked
He's going to be $40 million a year, 38, and Myles Garrett got 40, right? 39.
Yeah, and you're probably going to want to do that next year
with Jalen. You got to do that
with Nolan. I mean, if he stays on the trajectory,
he's not going to be that much money.
He's going to TNs get paid.
They do, but he's not in the Myles Garrett.
But you do need the money for Carter.
Yes, but I think they already started that motion. Like I think they've all the moves they made this year were to free up Jalen Carter money in the future.
Yeah.
I mean, TJ Watt is only making, his cap hit is 30. So if you project Nolan Smith's going to get 25 a year.
Yeah. Give me the youth.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I hear you.
Yeah.
That was the only football itch.
Because it's not just going to be Nolan Smith. It's going to be something else.
Yeah. Picks.
1st and a 3rd. And
I don't
Nolan
know
Smith.
if you have to give up 1st and 3rd. I don't know.
If you could get him on a different deal, I would be in.
What do you mean a different deal? Yeah, you're going to get him on a different deal. You got to pay him more than he's making now.
I'm just saying, like, for a trade deal, like, if you could, like, do something other than Nolan Smith, there could be a possibility.
You would do draft picks.
I would do draft picks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to lose Nolan Smith, but it did get me thinking this morning, and that was it. That's the only lifeblood football itch I've had in the past, like,
this is a
3-4
little nug.
weeks.
It was just something I saw. The Eagles have, I think, the cheapest defense in the NFL. They're spending under $65 million.
I was going to say, I think it's
defense.
$57.8 million or something like
The
that.
Steelers are spending
147,
115 plus.
Okay.
It might be changed now with the Jalen Ramsey.
I think the most expensive defenses in the league are like, I think it's the Giants are up there at like 155.
Yeah.
Like it's insane how cheaper how much cheaper run the Eagles defense is than like most teams.
Christopher O'Donnell taking shots. Jamie's never met a prospect young player he didn't want to trade.
What? No, I'm usually a prospect, like a young player coveter. Over a coveter.
People are Joe Rocket, no to trade in Nolan. Someone else. He's an essential part of the culture and core of this team.
I hear you. I'm not rushing to do it, but I did think about it.
Yeah.
I think it's impossible not to think about it.
I heard the discussion yesterday. I was like, yeah, I'm out. I don't really want it.
I mean, it's TJ Watt.
How old is he?
I think he's 29 going in. I want to say 29.
But he's such a coin flip. You don't know. Like, is he going to tear his knee? Or is he going to like be healthy all season?
I think you're over-exaggerating. He's 30
come on.
right now.
I'm not over-exaggerating. He's hurt like every other year.
Yeah, but he plays through it because he's a psycho, and he's amazing. Here, let's pull up TJ Watt, see how many games he's actually missed. Games played, 15, 16, 16, 15, 15, 10, 17, 17. He had 1 year. 1 year.
Oh, man.
Drunk.
If Anthony was here right now, he'd be crushing you.
You're not a football guy.
Yeah, you're not a sportsman.
You're not a football
guy. You better
guy.
get more meat in your diet,
I just
He's
feel like he's always hurt.
5 of the last 6 seasons. That's insane.
That is insane.
All right, here's his sack total. 7, 13, 14 and a half, 15, 22 and a half, 19, 11 and a half, and 5 and a half in the year he was hurt.
Oh, I'm not denying that he's great. I mean, he is one of the best.
108 sacks.
He's one of the best in the position. But
he's one of the best. He's an all-pro last 5
here's
years.
why I thought
defensive player of the year, or he's in the top 3 for defensive player of the year.
He's a freak. He's one of the best players in the league.
Yeah.
How do you not think about it? Now,
I don't want to mess with what's going on, man.
I hear you. And I don't think this is a hypothetical kind of barroom discussion. This isn't, I don't think, rooted in reality. Maybe how he calls.
Set a little lower, a 1, a 3 in Jalix, I'm in. Don't touch my Nolan.
Here's why I couldn't stop thinking about it. Jalen Carter and TJ Watt on the same line. The other 2 people are going to feast.
And with Nolan Smith on the other side, you got to keep Nolan with this deal.
I mean, if you had Nolan, TJ Watt, and Jalen Carter, just go to a 3-4.
You could have me play in the middle with them.
It's hard. That was it. That's the only time I've thought about football in like a month.
Yeah. You gave it 7 minutes. I probably gave it 2.
Okay.
I was like, no.
So you're open.
Nolan's such a good dude. He's such a great in the locker room. And he was the one that had the quote, like, I got to crush the run to earn the right to rush the quarterback. You can't get rid of that kind of a young player.
Stop the run to earn the right.
It was something more than stop. It was like
that on the
either
wall.
devour or eat the run.
That's a quote that goes on the wall above the door. Anthony would be so disappointed in both of you. I'm just saying that right now. Yeah, for thinking about football for 7 minutes in the summer. It should be every day.
You just told us
24/7.
You just told us.
You're out. I'm texting him right now.
TJ Watt's like a walking hospital.
But he's disappointed with me.
Games in 12 years.
He's disappointed with me every day. So that's just like not a new thing.
I don't think this is a realistic situation, but it was something thrown out into the universe by an old colleague, and I did think about it. I went, like, there's very few guys. It's like Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, Max Crosby,
sure,
maybe a couple others where you're like, you stop in your tracks and you give it the proper thought. Yeah, and TJ Watt is absolutely one of those guys.
It just costs too much, man.
I hear you.
I think. What's the Nolan Smith contract? When does he do?
He just finished year 2, so by the Eagles' standards, I believe they'll want to lock him up after this.
They got a club option in 2027.
Oh, because of the first round pick. Yeah.
So he's a free agent 2028. Listen, you got to keep.
But they're gonna want to lock him up below market value. Like that's what they like to do. So they might not do it this year because Jalen Carter is gonna get done after this year. But he's probably gonna, if he stays on the same path, Nolan Smith is probably gonna be a $25 million D end.
I've seen Parsons' name.
That's 60% of what
TJ's not that much.
TJ's going to make 40. He wants a new deal. Isn't that the whole issue?
He's going to make a lot of money.
I thought he wants the new deal.
I've been seeing Parsons' name in the chat a lot.
What's that?
I said I've been seeing Parsons' name in the chat a lot.
He seems like, I don't know.
I mean, they still haven't made a deal with him yet.
Parsons is very thirsty to be here.
Oh, yeah.
I believe he wants to be here.
He's like saying it without saying it.
Yes.
I believe so too. Yes.
It's desperate.
Yeah. It turns me off a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know about him. He's got some bad stuff in his past. Like, I don't know culture.
Culture-wise, he seems fine, and he's a beast, but he's got
a beast,
cowboy stink on him now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, we can wash that off.
I don't know. DeMarco Murray
we'll dip
left
him
a real bad taste.
Good
in my
point,
mouth.
DeMarco Murray.
Ah, well, that's different. He was
He was like narking out to the owner, sitting next to Lori on the flight. Those Cowboys are no good, man. They get ruined down there.
The perception exists, according to Mike Florio, I think. The perception exists that Watt wants better than the 4-year 160.
Woo!
And Myles Garrett got with 123.
You're bringing reality into a barroom discussion.
123 guaranteed. With someone with his injury history, you can't guarantee him 123 million.
Get Baldy on. We're going to talk about TJ Watt's injury history. Yeah. Do you think there's many players that Baldy loves more than TJ Watt?
I mean, he's got to be.
He's got to be.
He's almost going to be like, you can't pick your favorite son or child. That's what Baldy will say. He's
TJ
got
is
all
a
these
meat.
pass rushers.
Oh, he's one of the biggest meats around.
Baldy's favorite players are meats, and TJ's definitely.
I think Max Crosby is Baldy's favorite guy.
He is the meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is wild when you think about it. Watt wants a new extension. Parsons needs a contract. Trey Hendrickson's still just hanging out. I don't know what Cincinnati's doing.
Well, they're just a disaster of a
Such
franchise.
Weird franchise.
Look at us talking football.
Hey, how about that?
It started with me not interested in football, but I'll get there come August. July is like.
Well, I mean, we don't even have it. You don't even have the countdown up, dude.
Oh man, you're not a football dude.
We were taking a break from the countdown.
I don't even know how many days.
Yeah, man.
I was filling out my dry erase board yesterday, the vision board, in July 22nd.
We're in the 60s.
23rd, first practice.
64 days.
64 days.
You're slipping, man. Anthony goes out, and you don't even have.
Hey, we're on vacation.
Joey
We're on
Monroe's not
vacation.
around.
Come on,
man.
Thinking about July 4th already?
I am, man.
What are you doing for the 4th?
I'm playing golf.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you golfing on the 4th?
Golfing Friday,
golfing
golfing Saturday.
I'm gonna probably go over visit my mom for a little bit, and then my neighbors are having a party Thursday or Friday night.
Nice.
4th,
Yeah, we got a little neighborhood party we're gonna hit, and then I got a cousin getting married this weekend at the Constitution Center, and
oh, that's cool.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a great wedding.
He used to work there. He's a huge history nerd.
When is the party? When's the wedding?
Saturday.
Oh man,
Will you guys dress up?
It says to wear your best red, white, and blue cocktail attire.
Oh, okay,
but I don't really.
You can do a tie.
That's what I'm like. Cocktail attire, like
navy-
you can get away with like a golf shirt, right?
Yeah,
cocktails,
Yeah,
a golf shirt.
a nice golf shirt.
Yeah, I think if you like,
No, is it cocktail like a button down?
got like
but
a
no
Peter
tie?
Millar?
maybe no tie. Yeah, you might be right. That's probably what I'm gonna do.
If you go Peter Millar, you're good.
Yeah. You bougie big. Ooh, is that a Peter Millar?
Cocktail attire for men typically involves a suit and tie, but offers more flexibility than formal wear. A dark suit, navy, or charcoal are popular choices.
I don't really have like red, white, and blue.
You gotta get a red, white, and blue tie. You probably get that at like Ross or TJ Maxx on the way home.
Easy.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping you'd go more like colonial look, like you're gonna go back to the time.
I should get like one of the like,
powdered wig
the curled
with
powdered wigs and like put the dimples on me and like the
Yes.
powdered cheeks. That'd be pretty funny.
That'd
if I
be
showed
great.
up. Yeah.
Are you in the wedding?
No.
So
They got married during COVID
Yeah.
out west in California and never did like the East Coast kind of party thing.
Oh,
so
all right.
it's like more
You're
that.
close enough. We can pregame.
Yeah. We might be hitting IBG before.
Oh man,
I'll
meet you there.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
But then I'm going to be sweating through my suit in our new horror climate.
We're still on Shabanov watch.
Shabanov.
Yeah.
Oh,
I talked to
man.
Vince this morning, our GM, and he said, if Shabanov signs while you're on, I'll be so mad. And I was
Why?
like, well,
we can't talk it?
yeah,
Come on, man.
well, Bill's supposed to be joining us at 10, but he lost power down the shore last night because of our hell climate. So he may or may not be joining us. We're going to talk to Zach Berman. You think Zach Berman can talk Shabanov?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
You think he knows?
Russian KHL hockey players?
Knowing Zach, he probably can.
Zach is totally in on it.
There was a little bit of some disappointing news last night. I was keeping my eyes out for this for him to break, and I saw the Rangers.
Oh, Bill is going to join us at 10. He said the power's back.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
nice.
So we
Look
will
at
have
that.
your
Maybe it's a sign.
Shabanov watch at 10 o'clock with
Maybe
Bill
it's
Matz.
a sign.
Yeah, I don't know what to do because there's this guy, Hockey News Hub. He is the go-to source for KHL hockey.
Okay.
And he puts out at 12 hours ago, he's done with X. You'll have to he's going to Patreon. I'm like, really? You're going to make me go to Patreon and pay you before you
right
break,
now
before
we try
you
to-
break this news?
Now wait.
That's messed up.
Like, how big is this guy
In
in terms of like?
he's got 13,000 followers.
No,
but,
I mean Shabanov, like or Shabanov or whatever the hell it is.
I mean,
Like, is he?
He's good.
If we assume that the KHL is the league he's in is a good league, he's a point a game guy. That's pretty substantial.
Like our other fan base is
like
going to be pissed.
63 games. I think he has 64 points. Playoffs, 21 games. He had 20 points, or 20 games. He had 21 points.
All right.
There are a few teams that are in on him. Like I was just about to say,
the
the Rangers have become like the front runner.
Islanders, us, and maybe Buffalo, maybe one other one.
Is he boys with Maddie?
He's got to be.
You got to be friends with
if
Michkov, right?
If you know Michkov's here and Zavragin's on the way, why wouldn't you come here?
Don't the Russians love Wildwood?
Wildwood?
Yeah.
Wildwood? I don't know. But Northeast Philly. Like,
Northeast is big.
It's a huge Russian hub, man. Great food. They got the bathhouse and stuff. That's out in Southampton. The Russian steam house thing. You ever been there?
No.
It's on my bucket list.
Do you have to go nude?
Yes.
I don't know.
I've been to one, not here.
The reason I bring it up was whenever I hear the word bathhouse, what's that movie with Viggo Mortensen? And he's in like the Russian bathhouses and he gets into a naked fight with a guy and you see way too much ass and other stuff.
I don't know.
And I think he ends up killing the guy in the bathhouse. What was that movie? It was pretty violent.
I know there's a John Wick scene in a bathhouse.
Yeah. John Wick's
So Peel It Onions giving it. He says this is Shabanov's the top free agent out of Europe. It's a league-wide watch. Not just us.
All right. Well, we will continue on. Bill Matz is going to join us at 10 for Shabanov watch.
INS saying you should wear a tuxedo shirt with a Mike Love from the Beach Boys captain's hat.
That would be great. All right, let's take a quick pause, and then I have the real subject of the day as we open the show, just completely BSing there. Yeah. But TJ Watt, it's kind of a sexy thought. All right, we'll be right back because today, July 2nd, 2025, marks a firm line to something, and we'll tell you about that on the other side right after we tell you about some friends here at PHLY. After the show today, I am actually headed to Ace Hardware store. Why? Because I'm an Ace man. I need some lawn bags. We had a pine tree go down, so we got a ton of pine cones we're picking up and yard work. Need the yard bags. I need to figure out something to put on that wall to keep our damn pennant up. So I'm going to go to Ace Hardware and say, hey, I need some kind of like lacquer or something strong enough to hold a pennant because our Phillies pennant keeps hanging down. The people at Ace Hardware are great because they know how to handle every job. A lot of them are contractors and ex-handymen, and they know what parts you need, how to do it, and the best way to do it. So why wouldn't you want to bring that same expertise from the store right to your home? With Ace Hardware Home Services, you can get to all that stuff around the house that you never had time for. You said you'd fix it last summer. It's still looming. I have a couple projects around that my wife reminds me of. I'm about to just go to acehardwarehomeservices.com and call in the trusted pros from the store I love to help me at home. Whether it's an HVAC issue, plumbing, electrical, they got you covered. The pros that you know and trust from Ace Hardware right to your home door. They're all local. They all live and service their communities and are dedicated to helping their neighbors stay comfortable in their home. Visit Ace Hardware Home Services online at acehardwarehomeservices.com to get you started on your next project.
Anthony Gargano, PHLY, VG. My brother, you look hot.
Dude.
I mean, I feel kind of hot too, to be honest with you.
Dude, my house is like a sauna meets a steam room. It's insane. This heat's unbearable.
Well, look, this Philly heat is no joke. It's summertime, man.
Dude, if I could tell you, I stood with my head in the freezer for 10 minutes before I left the house today. Disaster.
Brother, just turn on the AC. How come you just don't turn on your air conditioner?
Trying to save some cash, man. Save the world. Save the climate. Go green. All that stuff.
Listen, I feel you. Do yourself a favor. I got your answer.
All right.
Like, do it solid. Check out Pico's energy saving rebates. All right, they've got deals on Energy Star cooling equipment that actually work and cut your bills.
So you're telling me no more freezer head?
No, not unless you want to look like a freezer head.
No. This is great news.
I'm serious. You're good, man. Trust me. Just head to pico.com/ways to save. They got tips for everything. Heating, cooling, lighting, you name it. It's Pico. We love Pico.
I'm in.
Oh, power play. Thanks to our friends at Pico. And, of course, this is the Anthony Gargano Show presented by Parks Casino. And right now is a great time, Andrew, would you say, to make your move? Make your move and get some of the best writers in town, an invite to our Discord channel, and you can join the over 7,000 people already who have decided to become diehards and continued being diehards because they see the value in it. It's awesome. You get a free piece of merch. You get access to the best writers in the city, an invite to our Discord, discounts on events, and right now, this sale is ending very soon. You can make your move, a $36 sale with us to become a diehard here at PHLY. Fran Duffy just dropped his top 10 quarterbacks class of NCAA football in 2025. Charlie O'Connor is absolutely killing the Flyers coverage with Alex Appleyard and others. We have Kyle Neubeck and Derek Bodner making sense of everything Sixers related. They're off to Summer League next week, so you're going to want to be following along and reading those guys. We have the great Jim Salisbury and others covering the Phillies. We got you covered. $36, free piece of merch with it. It's a no-brainer. If you ever thought about becoming a diehard with us, now is the time to hop in and do it. So there you go. You can just head to allphly.com and make your move. All right. In about 9 minutes here, Zach Berman is going to join us. But VG, today, July 2nd, 2025, marks a very significant kind of place in time.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Today is the first day where you can say we are closer to the year 2050 than we are the year 2000.
Okay.
Kind of a mind pretzel, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah.
Mind blown. We can tell.
Well, I mean, it doesn't take much to.
I think he's still doing the math.
Stop.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he's
It's
trying to check me out.
It's like,
here.
how old am I going to be?
You better make your move,
So
man.
we're past the halfway mark of the quarter century. We are closer to 2050 than we are 2000, which bugged me out.
Yeah, why are you trying to do that today?
Well, because it's the first day you can say it. Yesterday you couldn't say it. Today you can. That's why I said it. As somebody that graduated high school in 2000, completely scrambled my brain.
I'll be 57 or 8.
I don't even want to do that math.
Yeah, I'll be way over.
All right, so I wrote a couple questions down about the year 2050, and then I asked ChatGPT what Philadelphia professional sports are going to look like in the year 2050. All right?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to fast forward. We're going to project here. We're going to write everything down. We're going to put it in a time capsule. We'll put it up with the bees up on the roof. They can keep it safe and coat it in honey. And then in the year 2050, we'll open it up and see who was right. All right. Andrew, feel free.
We're still around.
Yeah. Well, we are going to be around, dude. Come on. No bad thoughts. Get that out of here. All right. The year 2050. I ask you, VG and Andrew.
All right.
Which team from the year 2025 to the year 2050 has accumulated the most titles?
Philadelphia teams, correct.
Yes, Philadelphia, professional sports teams.
You got to go Eagles.
Eagles?
Yeah, I think Eagles, yeah. I mean, that could change.
I think you're right. That's what my gut was. It feels too easy to say.
Oh, wait. This is just asking us our opinion? I thought we were up against ChatGPT.
Oh, no. This is just your opinion.
Oh, yeah. I mean.
Unless you believe Michkov, hoist several cups.
I believe
Shabanov.
I believe in Lurie and the kid. His son.
Julian?
Yeah. He's going to be.
Team Julian?
Yeah. Julian's going to have him going right for a while.
Does anybody else give the Eagles consideration for the most titles?
I don't know. I want to say the Phillies. And Middleton's got all that swagger, but he doesn't back it up all the time. He doesn't spend. He spends. He doesn't Dodger spend.
Nobody Dodger spends except the Dodgers.
Well, you can't talk about spending stupid bleeping money and give me my bleeping trophy back.
Multi-billion
and then go into this offseason
Guggenheim
with the additions they made this offseason. Come on. He was definitely cheap going into this offseason.
All right, who's second in titles? Now we're a title town, right? Like, it's not like nobody's going to win.
Going Flyers.
You're going Flyers,
I
number
think
2.
they have a young, promising future, and I think they're going to be able to
throw that up in the chat. I'm curious what the 4 options.
All right,
Which
I'll put it up
in
now.
The year 2050?
I don't like it. I don't like agreeing with Frazier, but I'm going to have to say Flyers.
You're going Flyers too?
I'm flyered up, man. Yeah.
All right, do we all agree that the Sixers are 4th?
As long as Josh Harris owns his team, yes.
I don't even think they'll get one.
I got to tell you, I'm getting a little bit of VJ Edgecombe mania.
Well, you should.
Yeah.
The guy's a player. He's a workhorse.
This kid looks different.
He gets better every year since high school. He improves. He's going to be a player.
Maybe Maxie and Edgecombe, like forgetting B.
Well, now they're saying, Edgecombe said he's working on his point guard skills at this summer camp.
Hell yeah.
So,
TJ DeLeo was, Kyle Neubeck was over at the facility yesterday. TJ DeLeo was raving about the kid.
If he could play a legit point,
and Maxie
and
can
be
play
like a
two.
De'Aaron Fox at the point with his
McCain
speed.
is like a 6 man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a McCain dog.
7 guy.
I like McCain.
Yeah,
He's
6 or
great on
7
TikTok,
man.
but I wouldn't mind him moving on from it.
I like his shooting ability.
We'll see. It was a small sample size.
This is going to be a hot take. I think the Union are going to have more.
I was waiting for you to say
I was
that.
going to say
I think
the
they're going to
Union.
have more MLS Cups than the Sixers. We'll have NBA
they won
finals.
anything
Fair.
yet?
And the Philadelphia Freedom, don't forget, are going to have a 20-year window there.
Yeah.
And then also we have to add in the WNBA because in
Well, yeah, that's the
2030
Philadelphia
we'll have-
Freedom, bro.
Oh,
You're going to have 20-year window to get
Freedom.
titles.
That's what we're going with.
I think that's going to be the name.
And you're going to have a 1 in 18 chance. It's a good, better odds than any other league.
I mean, I'll take the Philly Freedom over the Sixers,
Yes,
probably.
Yes.
I'm still on the Wiz train. Sorry.
You're going to have to drop that one. I think it's going to be Freedom.
All right.
And you can play the Elton John song
I mean,
outside
the
the
Broads
arena.
is pretty good for Broad Street. That's pretty tough.
Yeah, but I think that's
That's
offensive.
actually,
The woke
yeah.
culture is going to cancel your.
You can't do that name, but that is good.
Well, why'd you make me? Why don't women wear watches? That's not like a tough. Because there's a clock on the stove. Make me dinner, hon.
Going down to watch the
Come on.
Broads.
Hey, come on, broad.
No, you're canceled. Yeah, you're done.
I didn't say. It's not like I said toots or huns. It's like the broad.
I think it's the same thing.
All right, my bad.
I think you're done.
If it is, I take it back.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be Philly Freedom.
Oh man, is they gonna have to pay Elton John every time they play that song? I mean, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, you
But-
hear that bumping outside the arena when you're
Yeah.
walking out of a title game.
I mean, who bought his?
Would be
rights?
pretty
He sold his
sweet.
catalog, didn't he?
I think he did recently for like 550 mil or something.
Yeah. Who we
Dude,
gonna have to
the
deal
amount
with?
of money. Didn't Bieber just sell his whole catalog for like 300
Yeah.
something mil?
Yeah,
What's Elton John
he
cashing
sold
for?
it to Universal Music Group.
For how much?
Let's see.
Come on,
Can I find a breakdown?
Come on, AI overview.
Yeah, I don't have a cash breakdown of it.
Come on. What did you ask? That had
Elton
to be
John
500.
sold publishing. Let me see.
So how does that work? You're in
much?
the music industry.
Yeah.
Once he sells it, let's say, who has it? Universal.
Yeah.
How much would you have to pay for the rights to
See, I have-
Philadelphia Freedom?
I
Is
have
it a one-time fee? Is it a
No,
It's
no,
gonna be
no,
yearly.
no. It's every time you play it. And I've never been associated with a band that has gotten arena,
Sure, but you understand
but
the
it would be
industry.
a substantial amount of money.
How much are we talking?
I don't know. It would be millions a year, I would think, unless you'd have to come to some kind of agreement for like just to use a blanket use for the year. But I would bet you it's like at least $5 million to use it for the year.
You can't start the Philadelphia Freedom and not have that song.
No, you would.
You have to bake that into
That
the
might
cost
change
of
their
the
mind. They
franchise.
might go with a different name.
Yeah. All right. A couple other questions for you. So everybody kind of agreed on the Eagles. That's pretty lame.
Yeah, 83%. Right
Does the Lurie family still own the Eagles?
Oh yeah, Julian's not giving this up.
Julian's how old?
I
20.
think he's like 30-ish.
So he's about my age.
Yeah,
So by
I
that
would
time,
say.
like I said, I'd probably be 56, 57, 58 in that
He's
range.
30. In
So-
25 years, he'll be 55. Yeah, you're gonna give that up?
Yeah. He'll
Dude,
have
he
it.
could probably sell it for billions.
You can sell it for billions, but there's some cachet about owning an NFL
I don't
team.
know, man. Get me to an island in the middle of nowhere.
Like he's not going to be able to do that.
I don't know. Like, why would you want to work? I would just like.
As the CEO, you don't do much work.
You don't do much work.
I
Come
think
on.
Lurie does more work than you guys realize.
He probably does,
What
but
do you think he does? I mean, he may choose to watch
I
film
think he chooses
and being
to
on the
work.
scouting and stuff, but
The
he doesn't
Autism
really.
Foundation,
Sure.
the day-to-day
that's
operation.
all Howie stuff, though.
That's all stuff you hire
It's
the
not
right
like he's
people.
cutting up payroll and signing checks, but like I think he
No,
does
but
more work.
If you're
than you guys
Julian and you
think.
hire the right people, you sit back, you show up at the owner's box.
But you're not
once.
liquid.
No, but
You could just be like Scrooge McDuck diving in a pool of
you
hundreds.
could do what his dad did and
Eagles
sell
coins.
8%.
We'll ask Zach.
8%
All
for
right, Zach's going to join us in a minute.
$1 billion.
Let's take a quick break so we can get to Zach. I'll actually ask Zach that question. I was going to try and talk no football today with Zach Berman.
We got to talk some.
But I guess I got to talk some football with Zach Berman.
Oh, did you get that thing I just slacked you?
Oh, 1 second. I got sidetracked with the poll.
The conversation with us.
Yeah.
No, I got
what soccer's going to look like in the year 2050.
Oh, yeah? Wait till you see the chat GPT answers, too.
Dude, wait till you see what soccer looks like. You're just going to blow your mind what soccer looks like in 2050.
All right, we'll talk about that with Zach Berman because I want to ask him this 2050 question as well. Right after this quick break where we tell you about some friends at PHLY.
Let's talk about the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino. We got some good games today. Phillies doubleheader with the Padres. Mick Abel's on the mound. We got Sanchez later. Let's see what we got for the early game. Phillies are dogs early. No respect for Abel. So here's your chance to get on those game combos Bet Parks has, right? You do Phillies and over 9 plus 2/8. Can't beat that. You can bet, as always, just like all the great sports books. Parks is our choice, and you can bet player performances, pitcher strikeouts, who will hit home runs, and more. You can do live betting, in-game bet. I'm going to the late game today. I will definitely bet a live bet on a home run as Schwarber comes to the mound at some point today. But whether it's your favorite team, hey, check out Wimbledon today, too. I thought I saw today there were 20 matches going on Wimbledon today. I like betting the old over-under in games in tennis. So, and you can also check out, if you don't want to bet some sports, the casino's got all the fun online slots. Huff and More Puff, my favorite Betty the Yeti, Divine Fortune. You can play live dealer, blackjack, roulette, craps, poker, baccarat. And they got the hot online slots from your favorite TV shows and movies. They got Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, Peaky Blinders, all that. And they got this new one, Dwarves and Goblins. Big fan of this one. So go to betparks.com and download the app right now and enjoy all the action and excitement from the casino at your fingertips. Check this out. New users get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. And remember, you must be 21 and in PA, New Jersey, Maryland, or Michigan for Bet Parks. You love to play, you play to win, you bet Parks. And if you have a gambling problem, don't hesitate to call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And let me tell you about our friends over at Cherry Hill Jeep. I am a Jeep guy. I love my Jeep. It's been nothing but a dream. And I wish I got it at Cherry Hill Jeep all those years ago, because the next one I get will be from Cherry Hill Jeep, because there's only one dealership in South Jersey who has been the market leader since 1967. And our friends over at cherryhilljeep.com have you covered for the best selection, but more importantly, the best prices, and they're celebrating summer all month long. Slide into a Jeep Grand Cherokee this month. Not only is it the most awarded SUV ever, it's also named MotorWeek's best midsize utility vehicle for the past 2 years, in addition to being the 2024 IIHS top safety pick. Or you can pull away in the most functional and luxurious pickup truck on the market today, the 2025 Ram 1500, which just received the most coveted award in the pickup truck industry, the 2025 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. So stop in today, tell them PHLY sent you, and receive an additional $1,000 for your trade-in. I know why people buy Jeeps and Ram trucks. I just don't know why you would buy them from anywhere else at Cherry Hill Jeep. Drive home in your new Jeep or Ram truck today, just minutes from all bridges, or available online 24/7 at cherryhilljeep.com.
It's the VG truck.
VG's a Ram?
The Ram 1500.
Yeah.
No, but he would look awesome driving
one.
Oh.
Blasting some Iron Maiden out.
I could see you being a truck guy.
Got the shades on, the arm out the window,
I've always wanted a pickup truck.
Did you?
Yeah, just the practicality and functionality of it, and like being able to like just chuck a bunch of stuff in the bed.
I actually had a Ram
with the 4-door like trucks now. Like
I had a 1500 one time.
Yeah, they're nice.
I loved it.
Yeah,
they're pretty nice when you get inside. There are actually some Ubers out there that are like pickup truck Ubers, but the back is big enough to fit like 3 passengers.
I was talking about this because we're heading down to my cousin's wedding, and I'm Anthony Gargano and Zach by bringing them on late. I got to get some. I wish you could Uber like a Sprinter van. Like you didn't have to go to the luxury rental.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because we had like
good thought.
We had like 8 people that wanted to go down to the wedding, but it's like there's kids involved.
Yeah,
like, I was like,
the Sprinter van.
I wish I could just Uber a Sprinter van. That'd be awesome. All right. Anyway, let's bring him on. Mr. Zach Berman does a great job covering the Eagles here at PHLY. And he is today's big deal, brought to you by Cherry Hill Jeep. Head to cherryhilljeep.com today to find the best prices. Good morning, Zach.
Hey, good morning. Good talking to you guys.
What's up, Zach?
So, Zach, I wanted to talk exclusively non-Eagles with you today because I know you've been itching. Yeah, because you're a great sportsman, as Anthony would say, and you're jonesing to talk some other stuff. But John Johnson from WIP made me think about football for the first time in like a month. Because I'm just kind of on life support with football right now. I'll get back into it July 23rd as soon as camp starts up. But as a writer, this is the downtime of the year for football. He threw out TJ Watt. Now, I don't think this is rooted in any sort of reality. I think this is a complete hypothetical barroom conversation. But he threw out Nolan Smith in the 4th or 5th round pick for TJ Watt. Does that make you think?
I would have a hard time giving up Nolan Smith right now, to be honest with you. He's an ascending player who is their top edge rusher. He's entering year 3 of a rookie deal. The athletic traits are through the roof. You would want, we all heard him on the exciting mics. I mean, Nolan Smith is a cornerstone. It's going to be a cornerstone player for this team. It looks like. So I don't think TJ Watt trade speculation is far fetched. If you just look at some of what's happened this offseason, I find it crazy that the Steelers would acquire the veterans that they did and then trade TJ Watt, but there's enough smoke there that you don't just totally dismiss it. But I think something like trading Nolan Smith for TJ Watt is more of like a fantasy trade or a Madden type trade. Now, if you're talking someone like a J.L.X. Hunt,
that's
or
what VG threw out, a 1st, a 3rd,
sure,
and Hunt.
Yeah.
1st, a 3rd, and Hunt, I'm in.
Yeah. Now Watt's getting older, but he is a really good player. The thing is, you have to give him a new deal, and I think too that
what's $40 million a year amongst friends, Zach?
Well, ask Jalen Carter that because I feel like that money's gonna be earmarked for Jalen Carter, and that's kind of been the subtext for everything that's happened this offseason with the Eagles, right? Is understanding what's coming down the line.
Sure.
The fact that they were able to draft well for the past few years means that they have some players coming up, whether it's Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, eventually Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, right? They just signed Cam Jurgens. They're going to need money to extend players. And I think that's something in the back of their minds right now.
Zach, is it even could a team actually have two $40 million players on the defensive line?
Well, there's ways you can structure a contract, which the Eagles have done, where you could, in theory, make something like that work. But no, I mean, $40 million, no. To answer the question succinctly, you could have high price players. I mean, the Eagles have, I believe, more 20 million plus players than any team in the NFL, in part because of the way they structure contracts, in part because they've kind of gotten away from that middle class of players, and it's like just players on rookie deals or bargain deals, and then top of the top of the league money. But I would be surprised if TJ Watt's the play right now.
Yeah, no, this is a total barroom discussion, but man, I just started thinking about Carter and Watt on a line together, and I went 6 to midnight, Zach.
I'll defer to you on that one.
All right, Zach. So I asked the question. Thanks for scratching my minor football itch there. Now, I asked the question to VG and Andrew. Today marks the first day you can say this. We are officially closer to the year 2050 than we are the year 2000.
Wow. I never thought about that. That's
July 2nd, we're halfway through.
Yeah.
The quarter century is now behind us. We look ahead to the new quarter century. In the year 2050, we're doing the show here on PHLY. We've exploded. We've taken over ESPN Ocho. We're the new, sports network. And I ask you, and we're looking back on the last 25 years, which franchise in Philadelphia, and everything is on the table, Water Dogs, Union, the WNBA team, the 4 majors. I ask you in 2050, which team won the most titles? Your answer is?
I suppose I'd say the Eagles, but the thing is, the guys we're talking about 20 years from now aren't even alive right now, right?
Yeah.
Or something, the Flyers.
I mean, Reed could be leading the Philadelphia Eagles or the Union to titles,
Yeah, I would advise him of a backup option there. But no, like there could be a 7'5" Wembyana,
Yeah.
born in France this summer, who's with the Sixers, 20 years from now. So that's a roundabout way of saying that I think the Eagles are a well-run organization, right? I think there's a lot of stability there. If you just look at the past 25 years, right? I mean, what?
Sure.
9 conference championships, 10 conference championships, appearances during that span. I'm doing the math off the top of my head. It might be off a bit, but they've been to the Super Bowl now 4 times in the past 25 years, or 3 times. Yeah, 4 times in the past 25 years. So that's more than the other franchises can say. And then I'd be fairly confident that at least in the next like 20, 30 years, there's not going to be an ownership change with the Eagles. I believe Joey and Laurie will take over for Jeffrey, and I think that stability and the organizational thinking is going to be advantageous for them. But look, if I knew what was going to happen in 2050, I'd be looking at the stock market right now. And I know, not on the show. So.
Yeah, you'd be a real biff.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was actually my next question. Does the Laurie family still own the Eagles in 2050? Or does
I would expect
get, enticed by several $1 billion out there on the open market?
Yeah, look, it's if DOLS existed 15 years from now, I'm sorry, 15 years ago, and they asked that question about Mark Cuban, the answer would have probably been yes, right? I suppose anything can happen. Valuations keep going up. But yeah, I mean, everything I've heard both publicly in conversations and behind the scenes is that this is an organization that's going to stay in the family right now. Anything can always happen, but my guess would be yes. This is a Laurie production.
What does Zach do if Zach's dad owned a franchise?
I'm cashing out.
If you're
baby.
55, say you're 45, and your dad gives it to you, or your dad's deceased, do you keep it and live life as an NFL owner, or does Zach just retire, sell it, and disappear?
Cash.
Well, this is it's an interesting question because presumably if you're in a position to own a franchise, right, then you probably have a few dollars on the side too, right? So in that case, I would want to own the franchise because right there's a finite number of sports franchises. And I remember reading this book. I think it was The Victory Machine by Ethan Strauss on the Golden State Warriors, and it was talking about their owner Joe Lacob, and like I'm butchering the I'm paraphrasing here. It's been a few years since I read it, but he was just like a random Silicon Valley guy. No one would turn their head. And then you buy the Golden State Warriors, and he owns the hottest the hottest tickets in town. So it's as I look at that, I say that if you have the chance to own a franchise, like the reason why these are going for so much money is because there aren't that many of them, and if you have that much money, where else are you going to spend it? A sports franchise is pretty enticing.
It's a certain amount of gravitas, like society.
Yeah, here's what I do. I go, hey, give me $3 billion for the franchise, and I'm required a suite at every home game.
Yeah, it's not the same as being an owner.
You guys are nuts.
You guys got like Paul Allen of Microsoft,
Who
billionaire.
cares?
He's buying sports teams because he wants to own.
You set up your great grandchildren. Like, just get out. No. Who cares?
Honestly, the play is what Jeffrey did this year, and what your teams do. Sell a stake, sell that 10% stake, 11% stake, cash in a few $100 million there, and still have all the controlling interest. Because the reality is, whether you own 100%, 80%, 60%, as long as you own 51%, you're good, right? So I probably would sell everything up to 51% to keep that 51%.
All right, Zach, is Lincoln Financial Field? Well, let me rephrase this. Are the Eagles playing in a new stadium, and does that stadium have a dome on it by the year 2050?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, there will be a new stadium by then. And, I think Lincoln Financial Field was erected in 2022. I'm sorry, 2002. In two. So I don't think it's gonna be a 48-year stadium unless it's like a complete renovation job. But I am expecting at some point there to be a retractable roof.
I hate it.
It doesn't have to be open. I'm sorry. It doesn't have to be closed for football games.
Yes,
but
sure. Okay, that's fair.
The Final Four, the Super Bowl, major concerts, World Cup, soccer games. There's it's the optionality, if you will, right? It allows you to do so much more. So I think a retractable roof would probably be a better bet than like the translucent roofs that you see now, where it looks like you're outside, but you're actually inside. Because I do think they like the elements for football, but there's so much more you can do in a stadium if there's a roof on it.
Counterpoint: Final Fours in basketball, large arenas, is the ruination of sports. Late stage,
sure, but that's just going to happen. That's never.
Yeah,
there's no going back.
That doesn't mean I have to like
let's
it.
Have it here. It's
no,
not going
I
back.
don't.
So let's have it here.
That.
Yeah, dome.
Zach, what is the location of the new stadium? Do they just take over some Jetro parking lot? How do they simultaneously build while playing?
Yeah, somewhere in South Philly, right? It's a good question. Somewhere in that complex. I couldn't tell you where. FDR Park just got redone, right? You have those lots. It's a good question.
But you think down at the complex still, general area?
I would think down in the complex, yes.
All right.
Yes.
100%.
Now, does the Middleton family still have control and interest of the Philadelphia Phillies in 2050?
Yeah, I don't. I've read
Middleton
about his
Jr.'s a little bit more of a wild card.
He's a wild
card.
card.
Those children.
No chance. I saw that house in L.A., man. No chance.
Yeah, that's harder for me to say. I think John Middleton's done a terrific job with the franchise, honestly. And so, I don't know the extent of who's interested in that family, but I would hope so, but I don't have a good answer for that. 25 years ago, John Middleton wasn't the controlling owner of the Phillies, so a lot could change there, and there are more, I guess people at the table when it comes to the Phillies, right?
Sure.
There's a lot of different minority groups there.
Ed Wright would like to know if the trash will be picked up in time for the new stadium.
I actually have on my notes today to support our sanitation department. Yeah. So shout out to everybody. Screw the city.
Yeah, pay them.
Yeah, pay those people. Those sanitation workers, honestly, are what separate us from like animals.
Oh yeah.
So like pay those damn people. That's a hard ass job, and this city will fall apart without them. So do the right thing, Philadelphia. Pay the sanitation department.
Yeah, you talk about leverage in negotiations, right? I think
give it 2 weeks of no trash pickup, and we'll see who's got the leverage.
July celebration.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be old hot dog buns everywhere.
Welcome
it's gonna be running crazy. The mice are gonna flee our studios because there's gonna be so much to eat out on the streets.
Thing to happen up here.
Yeah, that could be an upside.
Yeah.
Right?
All right. Does the Harris Blitzer Group still own the Philadelphia 76ers and the Philadelphia Freedom, as I've named them? Well, not me, but I assume that's what they're gonna be.
No is my guess. Look, or maybe kind of the controlling interest changes, but no, my guess is that asset would become so big, and there's so many other assets in that portfolio, if you will, that I can see a change there at some point.
And then the last one, are the Philadelphia Flyers still owned by Comcast
Backboard.
Yeah.
I'll say no there.
Okay.
I'll say no. Yeah, I'll say no, but I don't say that based on anything other than
it's just kind of gut reactions here.
Yeah, and you're talking about a publicly traded company, and there's a lot of different parts there.
There's a board to appease. Yeah.
I got a little sneak into the future.
Yeah, all right. What do you got?
This is China debuted robot soccer, and man, is it exciting!
This is never going to happen.
I don't know. Get ready.
This is just not ever going to happen.
Take
man.
on like wow. This robot soccer is.
When the robot on the stretcher.
Who would watch this? It's ridiculous.
If this happens in soccer, it's happening in every sport. Football, basketball, hockey. It's happening in every single sport.
Yeah, I don't like the odds of this league.
It's no better than those football games where you just turn the vibration on and they'd be like, they just run around.
What were those called? Stratomatic football? All right.
Yeah,
so in the year 2050, has Bryce Harper won a title?
Let's say yes, right? I believe optimism is better than pessimism. If you keep knocking on the door, at some point they'll let you in.
I hope you're right. All right, that was a fun little exercise to look ahead here the next 25 years. Zach,
I'm still amazed. I'm still amazed to think that we're closer to 20, 50,000. Like 2000 doesn't seem that long ago to me.
I graduated high school in 2000. It put my brain in a complete pretzel.
And 2050 seems so long from now or so far from now. Man, it's crazy to think. It's like, I mean, like a 30-year mortgage, right? You're on.
Yeah, I'm almost going to be paid off.
I think
I will be paid off actually in 2050.
Yeah,
because we got it 5 years ago. So
yeah,
hopefully before then, but I don't think so. Zach, what is most on your mind right now outside of the world of football in the sports world? Is it the Phillies and the upcoming trade deadline / Andrew Painter? Is it VJ Edgecombe heading out to Summer League to play hoops? Is it Shabanov watch and the Flyers kind of rebuilding year, going more in than they've been in the past couple years? Where is Zach Berman's mind these days?
In the sports world?
Yeah.
I would say trying to figure out the pitching staff on my fantasy baseball team.
How are we looking on the squad this year?
We're third place right now, 16-team league. And
16 teams, damn.
I might be, and I might need to start trading a prospect or two, because it's a big nerdy dynasty league where you have minor leaguers, and my pitching staff has been banged up. I don't know why I'm getting into all this with you guys, but honestly, I've gotten 3 text messages during this so far from people trying to trade for JJ Weatherhall, who's my top. He's the top prospect in my system. So this is a way of saying it. So the immediate
What's the trade
thing
deadline in your league? Is it like, are you up against it?
No, August 31st.
Okay.
But you can start trading draft picks after the All-Star deadline. I can go on. I can go for an hour about this league.
How long has this league been in existence?
Oh, I mean, this is. I was an expansion team 6 years ago, but I'm sorry, 8 years ago. But this league's about a 20-year-old league,
wow.
and people plan 4 or 5 years in advance. Like Jesus Maid, I believe his name is, or it might be Mayday from the Brewers. He's like 17 years old, 18 years old. He just got traded for a big haul a few days ago. So I'm sorry to go down that path. To give you a more succinct answer, the NBA movement is something that I've been following. I love the NBA, and so seeing some of those transactions have been something I'm definitely monitoring.
What did you think of the Dame Lillard situation? That's pretty wild. They're gonna owe him, I think, $115 million over the next 5 years. On Bobby Bonilla Day of all days, they pay out Dame Lillard to go away. Pretty wild move.
Yeah, and to do it to facilitate bringing in Miles Turner, right?
I like Miles Turner.
I like Miles Turner too. I just don't know if Miles Turner moves the needle enough for you to eat that Dame Lillard money, right? Now you're probably there's complicating factors here. You're probably doing a lot to try to keep Giannis happy, and so that's the bottom line objective. Certainly with every Bucks move, but I don't know if that puts them at the top of the East or not.
I was talking about this with Rich yesterday, and you guys did a great job filling in on the Eagles. There's no way the Bucks make that move without talking to Giannis. So, like, he's got blood on his hands. I know it's like, but you can't make that move and sack a guy that's already potentially on, like, a trade watch. I don't think you can make that size move without getting his okay.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I mean, Giannis is the type of person you run everything by, right? So, it's like, that would surprise me if he wasn't on board there.
Zach, how much summer league will Zach Berman be watching for the Sixers? It's already starting up. They had practice yesterday over in Camden.
Yeah.
Kyle Neubeck was there covering it. The boys are leaving with Brianna next Wednesday out to Vegas.
I'm jealous.
How much? Yeah, I know. I'm kind of jealous too.
I love Vegas.
Yeah, I did summer league once when Ben Simmons' rookie year was there. I was a guest of the Sixers, and it was awesome. How much summer league is Zach Berman going to be watching?
I do a lot of passive watching, right? Like I'll be at my I'm
you're right, of course.
I'm an adjunct professor during the summer. So while I'm grading, I often have the MLB games on, but I will have the NBA games on as well.
Where are you a professor at?
Colorado State
University. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I teach the sport management program there. And it's a content creation, and a media class. So we are on week 6 of the 8-week course right now.
Do you find yourself struggling with a lot of professors these days with making sure the kids aren't using AI, the students aren't using AI to create everything?
Yeah, we have like an AI detector.
Oh, yeah?
And to me, it's kind of, I remember, they talk about like the drug test at the combine, or sometimes like an intelligence test, like, you're getting drug tested, right? So to me, like, don't submit something like that, when it can just be, it's easy to tell that.
Yeah.
You can use it, I imagine, to like help you, the same way I would use Google, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, don't just submit something that's posted there. But to answer the question, we do have a ChatGPT detector.
Have you ever flagged anyone? For any of your students been flagged for it?
Yeah, I mean, I hope I'm not in trouble for talking about this, but yeah.
Well, we're not naming names.
That has come up. Yeah, that has
It's come up at my wife's school.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to go to Cliff Notes all the time. It's like basically this generation's Cliff Notes.
Yeah, Cliff Notes you would try to put it in your own words at least.
Yeah,
I feel
but
like
you would
students now just generate it.
How does
like,
that
here
work?
It is.
How does like a detector work? Like, what does it look for?
Yeah, so you copy and paste it in, and it will give you a percentage of like this is human written or this is AI generated. And if it's something like over 50%, then it gets flagged.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Has there ever been something that was human written that got flagged for being AI? It was like, this is way too close to being AI.
Yeah, good question. That has not happened yet, but honestly, if something seems human written, I don't even put it, like I don't put everything into the AI detector. I only put what seems like this is not their voice.
Right.
So
Okay.
so maybe someone like, look, I've probably been outsmarted here, or outsmarted rather, that there are probably people who might be using it, but they change it enough that that it doesn't get flagged.
Zach, I set the date July 24th, the over-under for Andrew Painter's debut with the Philadelphia Phillies. Are you taking an over or an under?
I'm taking the slight under. I'm going July 19th. I don't even know who they play.
That's
July
right
19th.
After the All-Star break, fresh out.
Yeah.
They just bring him right up.
Yes. Well, so they're not pitching him at the Futures game, right? And they're putting him on the Phillies calendar. So maybe like not fresh out of the break. So then, but like in that first turn after the break is my guess.
And most exciting Phillies because you are, for those that don't know, Mr. Baseball prospect guy.
Yes.
You love your prospects.
Yes. Yeah.
Most exciting Phillies prospects since?
Good question here. Because I would say, so Noah 10 years ago jumps out to me. Don Brown was top of,
He was higher than Mike Trout?
Yeah. Don Brown stands out to me. But, Noah wasn't like, you thought he was going to be good. You didn't think he was going to be like the best pitcher in baseball. I would have to say, Cole Hamels started that game in Cincinnati. What was that, 2004?
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember how anticipated that debut was. So that really jumps out. So I would say for prospect debut, I would go Cole Hamels personally, just because there's been such anticipation and such buildup here.
Is Mick Abel on the Phillies after the trade deadline?
Good question. I would lean toward yes on that. but that I don't feel as confident with that one.
Is there a prospect other than Painter that you deem untouchable in the Phils?
I like what Aiden Miller's been doing numbers wise. The proximity of Justin Crawford makes him appealing. I would move Crawford if you're getting a center fielder back, but like I think if Crawford, if you feel that because of his proximity, he can almost be like someone you're adding at the deadline. But no, I mean it's a real top heavy organization. So Aiden Miller, just because there's some unknown there at the left side of the infield, I would try to hold on to him. But Painter's really the only untouchable I would have.
Speaking of Crawford, do we see him in the next 2 weeks?
I mean, I need to think so, right? Because if you just look at the numbers in AAA right now, like he's getting the bat on the ball. I mean,
He's getting like 325 or something, isn't he?
Yeah, you want to see more launch, right?
Sure.
Like the ground ball percentage is a little high, but when a guy, the prospects who worry me more than anything, at least the hitting prospects, are the high strikeout percentage. Because like if you're striking out at AAA, I think you're going to strike out in the MLB, even if you have prolific power or strong bat. The contact rate for Crawford, I find appealing. I would just like to see a little more launch in his game.
All right, Zach, we're about to kick you off and get the great Bill Matz in here, but the Flyers are on Shabanov watch. Do they land the Ruski today?
I got to say, everything I know about the Flyers comes from Bill and Charlie and Kelly and that crew. So I am going to tune in once I jump out here to find out, because I do know about this guy McKenna, who's the top prospect in the NHL draft next year. But like Charlie, and I say this, I'm not even being like self-deprecating here. Charlie puts every writer to shame in that he's awesome on the show. His pieces are terrific. He's in he's in the Discord responding to everyone. I go on all PHLY. He's responding to everyone's comments. I'm like, I take a lot of pride in my work and my work ethic. And I'm like, please don't, Vince, don't do my evaluation after Charlie's evaluation, because Charlie's special in that regard.
Yes, he is. Yeah. And it's a great time to make your move. Get in right now. Become a diehard with us for a all-time low rate of $36. You get free merch. You get access to Zach, Bo, Les, Jim, Charlie, Alex Appleyard, Kyle, Derek, all the best writers in town. I mean it. It's a great time to hop in and grab yourself a diehard membership right now. Mr. Zach Berman, Eagles show at 2 o'clock today with yourself and Fran Duffy. A little mailbag on the table.
Exactly. Yeah. Submit your questions either in the Discord, the YouTube comments, or send it to me on social media.
Well, thank you for your time today, Zach. A lot of fun, and we'll see you soon.
You got it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. See you, Zach. All right, we will do the. Let's just squeeze in the ads here, because I know Bill understands us keeping the lights on and staying in business. I'm sorry, Bill Matz. He was dealing with a power outage last night. I'm going to bring you on about 5 minutes late. I hate myself for it. But let me just knock out these reads. Maybe you have time to go rip a butt real quick, Bill.
Oh, he's pissed. I can see him in the green room. He's shaking his head. Oh, man.
I'm sorry, Bill, but you understand business. All right, let's take a break real quick, and then Bill Matz coming up on the other side, and we're on Shabanov watch. We need some like ominous piano tunes, like
yeah, there's got to be some Russian Chekhov or Chopin,
like Russian, like
some free. There's got to be some free use Russian music from 100 years ago.
Can you wake Joey's ass up and get him out to the bathhouse for live check-ins?
I'm trying to get him in. I'm trying to get Joey here. I need him later.
All right, we'll be right back in 1 sec.
All right, let's talk about Parks Casino. You got cool summer and weekend vibes that await you at Parks Casino, my casino of choice. They have it all right in one place. Street Road exit off I-95 and the Pennsylvania Turnpike. Super easy to get to from everywhere in the Delaware Valley. It feels like it's like 3 minutes off 95 once you get up there. And they have it all. They got action, excitement, headline entertainment, great restaurants. We love the Bamboo Noodle House. Parks Casino is perfect for guys or girls night out, after work happy hours, date nights, or meet up with friends to eat, drink, watch a game together. And you can check out some concerts. Hey, we can't be slacking on the singing with Anthony Way. So we got a show tomorrow night. Your boy.
Who's this?
Gary Clark Jr. I know you're a big fan.
Here come old flat top, he come grooving up slowly.
We have my wife's birthday dinner tomorrow night with her parents, but I would totally
get you some
bail on
tickets
that for
tomorrow.
that.
Yeah, Gary Clark, babe.
I
I can sing for you guys.
Nah, that's all right.
We got Joey Diaz is up there
He's
August
funny.
23rd. He's doing a residency up there. Oh, don't forget, Saturday, September 6th, the music of UB40.
Red, are you gonna sing with me?
No,
or are you just
man,
gonna make me
I'm doing a read.
red, wine.
Yeah. And let's do one more. Saturday, September 20th, the Australian Pink Floyd.
Love that.
So you think you can tell heaven from hell?
Yeah, check it out. They got all the good comedians. Like we said, they got a bunch of good restaurants like the Liberty Bell, Gastro Pub, and Beer Garden. They got the best cover bands in the 360 Lounge every weekend. Parks Casino. This is how you win. Pennsylvania's #1 casino. ParksCasino.com for tickets to all shows.
This is how you win.
Oh, yeah, we got Jamie's doing a little singing.
All right, let me tell you about our friends at Shady Rays. It's summertime. The sun is bright. It's hot out, and you need the best polarized sunglasses on the market. And they're just great. I've lost a pair before. Shady Rays sent me a new pair. I've broken a pair before. And guess what? Shady Rays, they're nuts. They sent me a new pair. It's that easy. It changes the game. These sunglasses are made for real life situations. I got kids. They're always knocking sunglasses off of my head and pulling them off my face, playing in the pool with them. And Shady Rays are good looking. They're polarized. They're durable. And they're not stupidly expensive. And here's the wild part. They have the best protection plan going. They'll just send you a brand new pair. No guilt trip, just replacements. So now you can wear your sunglasses without fear at concerts, on the boat, wherever. Shady Rays is the eyewear that has your back. And we've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Head to shadyrays.com and use code PHLY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. All right, let's get to them. I'm 7 minutes late. I feel like a real boob. Is this our Russian music?
This is our Russian music, yeah. I was going to bring him on with this song.
Yeah, it sounds Star Wars-ish. And all right, let's bring him in. Mr. Bill Matz.
Good morning. I'm glad John Williams is producing today. It's nice to hear.
Russian John Williams.
Yeah, the Russian John Williams. Whoever the hell that is. I think he's on Cottman Ave in the Northeast, Bill.
Yeah, that would make the most sense.
Yeah. All right, Bill, why don't you break down, am I saying it correctly, Shabanov?
Shabanov, as far as I know,
okay.
That's more Charlie's game.
Okay,
I say everything
step
wrong.
One.
But
you got the name right.
Yeah,
Where
it
are
seems
we
like
on
it is-
Shabanov watch?
Yes, Maxim Shabanov. Well, I don't know. It's a very weird situation. It seemed like a few weeks ago he would be signing, because as an international free agent, he didn't have an NHL contract. He wasn't required to wait till July 1st to make his decision. As soon as the KHL season ended, he was free to do whatever he wanted. And there was no movement. So it seems like he's waiting for July 1st. We heard from Hockey News Hub, which is a great source on Twitter for a lot of KHL Russian hockey news, that a lot of these guys would be waiting till July 1st, and then they'd make their decision. Well, it is now July 2nd, and we've heard nothing. It sounded like the Flyers and Vegas were the two finalists. And then when Vegas got Mitch Marner, it seemed as if they were out. And now Kevin Weeks reporting it's the Flyers, Utah, and the New York teams, the Rangers and Islanders, are the favorites to land him. I still think it's going to be the Flyers. It sounded like all the rumors were kind of coming from, he's telling people he's going to sign with the Flyers. Like, yes, he's going to make a decision, but it was coming from people around him that Philly was his preferred destination. And when you see some of the moves they've made, like just not offering Jacob Peltier a contract, okay, we have enough undersized wingers, we didn't need another, feels like that is leading towards Maxim Shabanov. But as of now, no decisions. But I'd say I'm still pretty optimistic that he ends up in Philadelphia.
Now, are him and Matvey, are they boys? Does that help
They
us
have
here?
they have played together. They do know each other from a few years. Shabanov is a few years older, but there was a bit of overlap in their developmental years.
Now, I bring this up because I think it matters to these guys. How are the Rangers and Islanders Russian contingency? Do we have an upper hand there over them?
Both. Well, the Rangers have two of the best Russians in the league in Shesterkin and Artemi Panarin.
It's a buzzkill.
And yeah, and the Islanders last year signed one of the better Russian free agents.
Damn it.
In Maxim Shabanov, I believe is how you say it.
That's a great.
Who, yeah, he was suspended during the season for elbowing Ryan Poehling in the head. Flyers fans will remember Siplakov. But yeah, he had a pretty decent rookie year. But the Flyers, of course, Matvey Mishkov, close in age to a lot of these guys. And Yegor Zamula, Fedotov came over, Kolosov came over last year. So the Flyers also have a pretty decent Russian contingent.
All right, so if he is to come over here today, what kind of money, like ballpark, are we talking here? And where does he slot in on the team? What kind of position? What kind of line? I mean, at center, but what kind of line? Like, break it down for us.
Yeah, I think he would end up playing on the second or third line wing if he is to make the team out of camp, which I assume he would. He's not going to go to a place. The Russians don't believe in the AHL. They think if you're going to come to North America, you're going to play in the NHL. Otherwise, stay over in the K and make a ton of money and don't leave home. That's pretty much the universal feeling among the Russian players.
I can respect that.
Yeah.
I would. So I see him as a second or third line winger on this team. And the money, every team is basically, you can structure it a little bit differently with bonuses and stuff. But since this is his first contract, it's just a 1-year entry-level contract. Maybe it's for $850K, something like that.
Okay.
It's not as if every team is, okay, we're willing to give you $3 million. I'm willing to give you $4 million. It's not going to play out like that. It's really just finding your preferred destination and where you think you can earn enough for your next contract.
Bill, the Flyers, before we get to the developmental camp starting up today, the Flyers you guys did a great job yesterday on the free agency frenzy show. They got a goalie. We got the Vladar coming in. Let's start. Did I get the name right?
I always say Vladar because that's just what it looks like to me. But I've heard Vladar. I've heard like 3 different pronunciations in the last 24 hours. But yeah, they upgraded the goalie position. Yeah, a little surprising they didn't go with someone with more of a starter background because I just look at Sam Ersson and say, whenever he plays once a week, he's really good. Whenever he plays 3 times a week, he gets killed. He's clearly a backup in my mind. So let's get someone who can maybe take a little bit more of the workload. But Vladar has been more of a backup throughout his career. I think his high in starts came last year with 29. So it's going to be more of a tandem or giving Ersson another crack at becoming a starter for this team, seeing if he can do it being a number 1.
So I asked Charlie yesterday, right after your guys' show, I was like, so what do we think? And this analysis was perfect and right up my alley. He goes, it's a goalie. Who knows? They're good until they suck, and they suck until they're good. You don't know what you're getting. Yeah. I was like, that makes perfect sense.
And that really happened with Vladar last season. He in the beginning of the year stunk. He was bad for Calgary to the point Dustin Wolf, a rookie, really took the reins there. And then in the second half, when Wolf started to wear down a little bit, Vladar was very good in the second half of the season. So you just never know. The defense in front of them, the way they're going to be coached, that's probably the most important thing. You got a average goal, and now it's just – and listen, average is so much better. Average is so much better than what they've gotten the last year and a half that, like, they did upgrade the position. There's not a doubt in my mind. It's just, okay, you do have to kind of keep these guys clean. I don't think Vladar is going to be stealing you any games.
Well, do you think that there was a market for him? Because it seems like when you looked at the other contracts, they overpaid a little bit. I mean, I know they wanted like maybe a 2-year deal, but Alex Lyon got a 2-year deal with less money, and he seemed like, as a Zamboner, he seemed like a better name or goalie to me, but.
Yeah, when I saw that Alex Lyon signed for considerably less, I kind of wondered, what was going on here with this contract, but maybe there simply was just that sort of a market, and Flyers having to convince people to come here and what exactly the plan in net is. Maybe Lyon has a little bit more of a chance to start in Buffalo. If the Flyers still really do believe in Sam Ersson, it's more of a backup role. Lyon has been a journeyman backup kind of guy. Maybe he finally wants a chance to go, I'm better than half of the goalies in the league. Give me a shot. He's been pretty good the last few years. So maybe it comes down to that. But I was a little surprised, when you talk about a Christian Dvorak, like, okay, 1 year, have to oversign to get him.
Yeah.
Dan Vladar, not exactly one of the premier names on the free agency list. So it was a little shocking that they paid as much as they did.
All right, Bill, break down the rest of free agency for me like I'm 5 years old. Do they have much money to spend? Are there other targets outside of Shabanov? Are they going to be active? Like, what's their state of the union there?
I can't imagine they're all that active in the free agent market. Maybe a few more depth signings like we saw later yesterday with Dennis Gilbert and guys like that who will probably be in the AHL, I would assume. But Christian Dvorak was a nice signing. They need centers. They got a center. He's played the best hockey of his career under Rick Tocchet when they were in Arizona together. He scored, I think it was 12 goals, 33 points last year. So he's not a complete black hole of offense. Maybe it's more just looking to a guy who knows what Rick Tocchet wants and can establish, can help everyone else as they transition from being a rush-based team to when we talked to Rick Tocchet on the second day of the draft in Atlantic City. He wants to establish more of a forecheck, be more of a possession team than all right, we got a 2-on-1. Maybe we didn't get a shot off and now plays going the other way. One and done team they were under John Tortorella. So I think it's a little bit of we needed centers and a little bit of we need someone who knows what Tocchet's looking for. And same thing with Noah Juulsen on defense. Maybe a little Rasmus Ristolainen insurance if he's injured to start the year or if they do end up trading him. But he's he's big physical, not gonna score a ton of points defenseman. Probably starts the year as your number 7, a healthy scratch. Maybe they work him into the rotation, but another guy who Rick Tocchet really liked when they were together in Vancouver. And now from here, it really does just seem like, yeah, it's Shabanov watch. We are crossing our fingers that the biggest name international free agent, at least until like Evgeny Kuznetsov decides he's coming back from Russia after a few years off to, get healthy over in Russia as they do, and then come on back. But it's really just the waiting game now, I would say.
Shabanov's listed as a winger / center. Does his size prohibit him from playing a center here?
I would be surprised if he ends up playing center here. Just he's played primarily wing in the KHL, and I think they're kind of set at what they're going to do at center for this season. Noah Cates can swing in and out. Maybe Zegras ends up at wing, but I have to believe they take every chance they can to make him into a center because that's why you acquired him, to be a 1 or 2C for this team. They signed Dvorak. He can play some wing, but I think they're kind of set at what they want to do. And I think Shabanov's path to success in the NHL is as a skilled second or third line left winger.
For Dvorak, is expectations for a Zamboner, 4th line center, plays power kill.
Yeah, he wins a ton of faceoffs. He can score a little bit. I can see him maybe as a second or maybe as a third liner. Maybe they move Noah Cates over to wing, and now you have 2/3 of a really good shutdown line between the two of them because Cates plays center and wing. Dvorak, excellent in the faceoff circle, and that's really where Noah Cates still struggles despite being pretty good at center last year. He was under 50% in the faceoff circle, so I think they want to shore that up, especially with having traded Ryan Poehling. He'll play some penalty kill for you. Maybe a little second line power play, but I'd be surprised. He's just a good depth piece, a bottom 6 center who knows what Rick Tocchet wants.
Bill, if the Flyers are a playoff team next year, this happened.
Matvei Mishkov scored 90 points. I think it's that simple. The goalies aren't terrible, obviously. A few young guys took some steps, but looking at this team right now, it's the Matvei Mishkov show. Is he the stud that they think they are? Because they clearly believe he has the potential to be a Nikita Kucherov level player.
Wow.
Now, slight programming note for any of you Flyers sickos that are in the chat today, Bill. The show has bumped back to 2 o'clock, I believe, because Charlie O'Connor is going to be at developmental camp. You know Charlie better than almost anybody. Where is his mind today at developmental camp? What is Charlie looking out for? What's kind of on the radar over there in Voorhees today?
Now, I'm sure Charlie is paying attention to all the newly drafted guys. Porter Martone is going to draw a crowd. He's going to be looking at Jack Nesbitt's skating. Is he even better already than he was, on the film leading up to the draft? I think those are the things he's looking for. But really, it's going to be the players who have the chance to make this team out of camp with Jet Luchenko. And I think Alex Bump is going to be a guy he really focuses on. He's got a few tweets about Bump out already, that he's shooting from distance and scoring. Now, perhaps that's the quality of goaltender that is at development camp. But I think it's going to be on players who are right on the cusp of the NHL, like an Alex Bump, and we'll get all sorts of reports out of him at 2 o'clock today.
All right, awesome. So a little bit of change. Now, Bill, I'm going to leave you with this one because we've been debating it today. Today is the first day you can say we are closer to the year 2050 than we are the year 2000. This quarter century is closed. We've moved past the halfway mark. In the year 2050, when we're doing the show here at PHLY, Bill, as old men, who has the most titles from 2025 to 2050?
Oh, man, I mean,
because we're
it's all about
Bill.
It's all about the organization. It's all about the owner, and that's Jeffrey Lurie. I mean, as long as
everybody, unanimous across the board, everybody today.
I don't see. I mean, they're in the lead. They are, for especially this century. It's going to take quite a bit of catching up, especially for the Flyers and Sixers here. But yeah, I don't know how you bet against the best run organization in the city and one of the best run organizations in all sports.
Yeah. It's that simple. Everybody has said the Eagles. Mr. Bill Matz on at 2 o'clock today with Charlie. Is he going to be fresh off developmental camp? Or?
He will. We pushed the show back today. I think development camp ends at 12:45 or 1, so he has time to get home and get on the old StreamYard for today's show.
So you Flyers nuts, listening to Charlie and Bill at 2 o'clock today to get the latest from developmental camp, and hopefully we have some Shabanov news by then.
I would love if they were to break it right around, I don't know, 150, something like that.
Bill,
that would be perfect.
We need it at 1 o'clock or 3 o'clock. We need that emergency pod from you guys.
They've been so nice in breaking news right as the show is going on, or as we've gone on air.
Yeah, I hate it.
It's really great for us. Gotta get those alert emojis up on Twitter.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, speaking of breaking, Alex Holly just tweeted out, apparently they're broadcasting live. P. Diddy found guilty so far on 2 counts.
2 of 5. Yeah, he's not guilty on 3, which is the big one, the RICO charge. Bill, your thoughts on P. Diddy and the RICO charges?
Man, I just want to know when he's going to be held accountable for Biggie and Pac. Yeah. Who cares about any of this other stuff?
For real. Yeah. All right, Mr. Bill Matz, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for the time, Bill. Enjoy ALLCITY, buddy.
Thank you. Take it easy, gentlemen.
Charlie checked in a little while. Alex Bump shot is working today, basically scoring from distance on all his morning reps.
You break down Alex Bump for me. You got a scouting report?
No, solid name, though.
Bumpman. What do you think they call him? Bumpy?
Bumpy.
Yeah. That's a good nickname.
Yeah, Bumpy. That's a great
Bumpy.
name. Yo, Bumpy. Take a shot, Bumpy.
Bumpy. That's a good one.
This morning coming in, I had convinced myself that the goalie's first name was Darth and it was Vladar. And I was like, just had to like,
Darth Vladar. Yeah.
I'm a Vladar guy.
Yeah, I'm all on the Vladar.
It makes me feel good when Bill's like, I don't know. I've heard 3 different things. You can call him whatever you want.
Vladar, or Vladar.
I'm a Vladar.
Vladar.
Yeah, I'm a Vladar.
Yeah.
What do they call him? Vladdy?
Empty the Vladar.
Vladdy. He's good.
Vladdy.
Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah. Do you ever have your Vladimir vodka pour days?
Yeah,
Were you a Vladimir man?
I mean, that's the one, the plastic bottle.
Some people go Popov. Some people go Vladimir. Some go, what was the other big one in college? But we were primarily Vladdy people.
Yeah.
It was like $9.99 for a handle.
Yeah, it's like a plastic
definitely
bottle,
wasn't
right?
Gasoline.
It wasn't by choice.
Oh God,
We were Pinnacle. We would do the Pinnacle.
Pinnacle. That was like a little bit bougie from the
whipped cream
Oh,
Pinnacle.
I do remember those.
That sounds awful.
The flavored ones. Yeah,
birthday cake Pinnacle.
Some of them weren't bad, actually.
You would sip it from the bottle and then take the chaser. You know.
When we got like real bougie and did like Friendsgivings in college, or we would have like wine parties and get those massive glass jugs of
Franzia?
Was it Franzia? It wasn't Carlo Rossi. Was it Carlo Rossi? Remember?
The big glass
the
jug.
Big glass jug. It
Yeah.
was huge.
Yeah.
It was like $7 for like basically like 4 bottles of wine.
Yeah, we were Franzia people. We would slap the bag and all
Slap
that.
in a bag.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's
What
a
the
good
hell
time.
were those big ones called?
Oh, I'm just getting chills thinking about bad, cheap vodka. Oh,
So what are you gonna do? Are you a vodka person?
I'm
Will
a
you-
Tito's man.
Tito's?
That's
Yeah.
me
Tito's
too. I
is-
love
Tito's
Tito's.
just stormed the market for like the last decade. Came out.
We need
and
Tito's to
bam.
sponsor us here.
Yeah.
It's the best vodka.
Yeah,
What are you gonna go? Ciroc?
that's P Diddy. You can't do that.
Is it? No, that's not P Diddy.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah, I think
he
it
owns Ciroc.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're drinking problematic vodka,
Never
bro.
mind. Don't drink Ciroc.
Peeling Onions saying the Diddy verdict is wild. I mean, I don't have any details.
He missed the big charge, the RICO
He
charge.
basically beat the case.
Kinda. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is he going to do jail time? Is there...
Joe Rocket saying there's a Flyers line could be bump, brink, and bonk.
Oh, that sounds like a real horny line.
Triple
doesn't it?
B.
Bump,
Bump, brink, and bonk. That's awesome. The triple B's, the killer B's.
Yeah,
triple-
it sounds
yeah, Killer
like
Bees.
like Jersey's like a move. That's my move. I do
Yeah.
the bump, brink, and bonk.
Well, you know the bonk meme thing, right?
No,
When somebody's being horny online, you bonk them.
no. What is that?
No,
how, do you
I've never
bonk
heard
someone
that.
online?
Wait, you guys don't know about the bonk?
I don't know about
horny
bonking
memes?
anybody.
Hey, an intern, do you know about bonking someone online?
Dude, just search bonk on Twitter.
Is there
What am I
an
gonna
emoji?
get?
There's so many. I have like 15 memes on my phone of bonk.
Is it an emoji? Is it an action? Like a? Like
It's a meme.
Like
There's a
gavel?
lot of dogs with like the hammer over the head. Like if you were being horny right now, I would bonk you.
What?
And like there's like Call of Duty, like, sir, we have to bonk him. You know, like there's like so many. You guys have never heard of bonking?
I've never heard of bonking.
Oh, I see a little dog.
Yeah, the bonk.
smacking someone on the head with a bat, saying,
pull
"Go to
up-
horny jail."
Pull,
Bonk.
yeah, pull up
All
the
right.
bonk meme.
I'll
just
look
to
up a
show the
bonk.
people. I can't be alone here.
Oh man, I've never heard of.
Are you
this.
guys online?
Apparently not.
Yeah, that's like
Is
the
it all the same dog? The Shibu dog?
the Shiba Inu is the original bonk meme, and then it transformed into like there's so many good
There's a
ones.
Shiba with a helmet on, the anti-bonk helmet.
Yeah, when your buddy's being horny online, you get bonked. I can't believe you guys are blowing my mind.
Yeah, man, bonk club. The first rule of bonk club: no horny.
You send them that one. That one's great. That's the original bonk meme.
Yeah,
I
that's
have
great.
never seen
I
this. in
can't
my-
believe you
No.
guys.
I've
Oh
never
my
seen
Man,
this.
my
All right, he's seen it.
my screen time is pretty high up there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
usually I'm in it. I'm in
I've
the
never been
memes and
more
stuff.
disappointed in you two.
I gotta send.
I'm
this
disappointed in
one
myself.
Is the chat up on bonk memes?
to you. Oh, you check the chat, Fraser. I gotta try and send you this one.
Let me know if you guys know
Bonk
bonk.
First rule of bonk club: no horny. Dude, I have so many on my phone I can't
Oh,
because I'll be
God.
lost from the show. But like,
Yeah.
I'll send them to you. They're
him.
so
Send it to him now. This is a sweet one.
so every time I hear Bonk's name, I just think of not
Yeah,
being
well,
horny.
now I will as well too.
Yeah.
I just said to you on Slack.
Oh my god! Oh, could I show this?
Yeah.
I mean,
there's no
it's just
nudity.
this is the Fight Club cover.
It's the Fight Club. First rule of Bonk Club: no horny.
No.
People,
K Red saying Bonk's been a meme since like COVID.
yeah, before I think
Ed
it's
Wright
like,
saying 2013.
yeah, I was gonna say like a decade plus.
Yeah.
Bonk's been
Yeah,
around
they're saying this is
forever.
ancient.
There it is, Bonk Club. No horny.
No
Dude, there's so many good ones out
Oh,
there.
it's so good.
Just
Wow,
flash in
man.
some bonk memes throughout the show.
Oh, man, I'm gonna be such the hipster with all my old friends this
Yeah.
weekend,
Oh,
throwing out
man.
the Bonk meme.
Maybe Shabanov's watching right now. And
Use
like,
your Love Island language and use the bonks.
Can we?
Yeah.
my timeline last night is just people
it's a great one last
talking about
night.
Love Island like we
Great
know
one last
these
night.
people.
Oh, we just assume everyone's watching it. Like, who isn't watching it except
Me.
you two guys?
I was watching Borussia Dortmund game last night
Oh,
in
yeah.
Spanish.
Yeah.
It was fun watching in Spanish.
Yeah,
Ooh,
sounds
I love
great.
when it's on Spanish. Yeah.
Sounds great.
I was
Saw
watching
it.
Squid Game season 3.
Oh, so when
I
my
finished
wife
it.
and daughter were up in New York 2 weeks ago, they had the Squid Games premiere at the hotel they were at. And they had all those dudes
that's
in like
awesome.
masks walking around the
That's
hotel.
creepy. That's
Oh,
creepy.
that's gotta
pretty
be
weird.
creepy.
It was
And the
good.
one- And my 6-year-old got off at one of the elevators, and right outside the elevator door was just one of those Squid Game guys in a mask.
Oh, that's terrifying.
And he just stood there and waved to her as the door closed. He didn't even get in the elevator.
Yeah.
Total bug out.
It was really good. They're going to come out with a new one in the United States.
I've never seen a single episode of Squid Game.
What?
I haven't either. I have not either.
It's
Oh,
not,
come on.
I'm not like
Nah.
against it. I just haven't gotten to it.
Please don't watch the dubbed version. Watch the subbed. Okay, you have to go Korean language
Okay.
with the English subtitles. It's way better than the corny American accents.
It's
Yeah,
so hard for the dubbers to sound authentic when
Yeah.
they do it.
The
I don't
actors
know.
are so good. The original like Korean cast, they're so good.
All right. Well, this portion of the show and all of the show is brought to you by our friends over at the Bet Parks Sportsbook right there. Sportsbook and casino right there on Street Road in Ben Salem. Easy to get to from everywhere. They got the Excite Center. They got the food court. They got the Chicky and Pete's. They got the beer garden. Go check out Bet Parks.
Sometimes they got that human slot machine. Remember we saw that up there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My pal Sam
Yeah.
Wilson. And,
Maniac Malloy.
Maniac is
Yeah.
up there. Maniac's everywhere these days. He
Wow,
really
he's
is.
a maniac.
Yeah.
You expect him. He's just running around
Yeah.
town hitting everything.
We grew up in the same town, him and I.
He's a Doylestown
He's a
guy?
Doylestown. Yeah, I think he went to CB West. Yeah.
All right.
He definitely watches Love Island Maniac.
Yeah, I will never watch Love Island.
It's a lot of work because it's 5 episodes a week. So you got 5 hours a week.
5 episodes a week.
If you skip the recap, there's no episode on Hump Day and there's a recap on Saturday. So you got 5 episodes if you want to watch new episodes.
Why would you watch a recap if you watched the 4 hours
I
throughout the week?
skipped? I skipped the
Okay,
the
good.
recap. Yeah.
Jeez, real garbage brain over there.
Woo, it's fantastic.
Is the pagan in on this?
Oh yeah, she resists, and then she'll see it by like episode 9, she's in on all the characters, and
Yeah?
it's so good.
Well,
Are
that's
these
when the
just like-
drama develops. Is like the later episodes.
Are these
There's
people just?
there's not a lot of drama. Last night there was, but it's mostly just young people having fun and a good time in Fiji on an island.
Are these people the worst?
No,
No?
some of them
You got
are.
people you like?
I mean, yeah, there's like 16 of them right now. There's probably like 3 or 4 I'd kick off and banish, throw them into the ocean.
Come on.
Is that the goal? Is it like Survivor? You get like
No,
voted
the
off?
goal is to find love.
Oh, come
you just
on.
want to leave
people,
the
like,
island. You
overly-
You survive the island in a couple, and
Wait, you go in as a couple or you
No.
come out as a couple?
you come out.
16 single
Ideally,
people.
you want to come out as a couple.
So it's 8
They never
eight
last.
single
And it's so
people?
great. There's a room, so there's like a couples room. They go to bed every night, and there's like couples are cuddle up in bed together, and then they show there's like uncoupled people, and they're just alone in the bed in the same room. They're all in
This
one
is
room.
the big thrill of the show is when
Yeah.
they're alone.
Who's going to be alone in the bedroom?
Yeah,
Wow.
so good.
How much do they hook up?
There's been a lot of hooking up going on lately. There's one couple that's pretty active.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're America's couple.
Do they make money off it? Like,
I don't know if they
Yeah,
make
they
money
get
or not.
paid. They definitely get paid to
what
be
do
on the
they- like,
show.
Why would you want to do
Because
this?
people have to take a leave of absence to go from their work to go on these shows, so they pay you like a stipend.
Well, there's like a
But it's like-
union. I think there's like a union fee. For
You don't
like
get
being on a
much,
TV
but-
show.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Oh, that's riveting stuff.
There you
I
go.
will never watch Love
Joe
Island.
Rockhead says there's a lot of bonking.
No bonk on Love Island.
Yes.
And then you wouldn't have a show. All right, let's get to today's headlines. And then we got VG's Nugs to get to back in the day. We got a lot of stuff to get to here in the final home stretch of the show. Let's get to some of the headlines around the world, VG. What do you got for us?
Oh,
I got some too.
Oh, all
if you
right.
don't.
I mean, I got one. We were speaking of how much money people make. SGA's contract.
Dude, he's making, I think, was it almost $6 million a week?
It's
or $5 million?
$71 million a year.
They broke it down by the
71
minute, the hour, the week, the day.
So it's more than $1 million a week.
It's like it's. I think it's in between $5 and $6 million a week.
No, it can't be. It's $71 million for the year. So
Well,
that's-
5 to 6 million during the season.
Oh, during the season.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'm just saying,
Dude.
saying 1 point something mil a week all year long, all season included.
Hold on, SGA contract. The breakdown of it, like what he was getting paid by minute by. All right, here it is. Bleacher Report put this out. SGA's contract breakdown is wild. 5.94 million. Oh, is a month. 5.94 million a month. $1.48 million per week. And this is, I think, the whole season, like the calendar year, not just like in game. So he's going to make $1.48 million like Friday.
Yes.
That's crazy. He's getting $868,900 per game. So just shy of $1 million per game. Wow. He's making $212,000 per day. He's making $8,804,000 per hour, $147.26 per minute, and $2.45 per second.
Per second. $2 a second. It's pretty good.
He exists 2 seconds and he's got lunch paid for.
Yeah, dude.
Well, I mean, make it at McDonald's.
Lunch is a lot
value,
these days.
You got to use that McDonald's app.
It's an outrageous amount of money.
That's so crazy. The NBA has so much money.
But all right. I don't have a conspiracy theory here. I just don't get it. I know the TV contracts are huge. I know the revenue they bring in is huge. But doesn't this feel like fake?
Yeah.
Like the NBA is like,
I mean, it's just gotta be. What do they have? Deals with ESPN, TNT,
and it's
now
and it's international.
They got the new Peacock money, the new NBC monies.
And that's great. And I'm glad all these guys are getting paid. But doesn't it just feel like fake?
I mean, the whole
feels
league's
fake.
It feels like a house of cards that's just gonna like.
It's like unobtainable money for like the average person. So like to see numbers like that go out.
But like are networks actually getting a return on investment? I'm sure they are.
They have to be. They're smart people, I think, who run these networks.
There's a lot of dumb rich people out there.
There are a lot of dumb, but the Comcast family, those guys seem to do
Ryan
okay.
Roberts?
Yeah, they seem to do okay, right?
Look, I get it. These billionaires are not throwing away money, but like, doesn't it? It just feels. I don't know. Like NBA's like, I think, plateaued and is declining some. I don't know.
Their contract is worth $2.45 billion annually.
Yeah,
That's just
the
NBC Universal.
The international numbers must be huge or something. It just feels.
Oh, they are.
It feels.
If you go to China, the
feels
NBA is massive.
$2.5 billion.
By the way, that guy Yang's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah,
people are calling him the Chinese Jokic.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I was watching a highlight reel the other day. Dude can ball. All right, what else?
Fit that CEO saying $7 for every flop.
Yeah, that's good. All right, what else you got, VG?
Oh, dude, the National League All-Star ballot Phase 2 is out there.
I didn't.
These
follow
are position
Phase 1.
players. These are the people. There's no Phillies.
No position.
They're in first place.
Trey Turner should absolutely.
Are we shocked by that?
Yeah, Trey Turner. He at least leaking hits. They got
Trey Turner should absolutely
Lindor
be
and Mookie Betts are your top 2 finalists.
You can't do Harper. He stunk this year. Plus, he's hurt. Get a freaking surgery, Bryce, or like we're going to be dealing with this for the next 7 years. Trey Turner's the only one position wise. JT's fallen off. Stott's fallen off. Harper hasn't done enough. By the way, Bryce Harper, is this year 7?
We're halfway through his contract, right?
I'm not trying to talk bad about Bryce Harper.
Oh, it feels like
Oh, this is talking
bad.
bad.
One-time All-Star in 7 years.
Well, he did have an MVP.
Pretty wild, though.
Yeah, the All-Star is a little weird.
I mean, he is like kind of one of the faces of the game too. So you can't. I know All-Star, popularity contest, all that.
That's
stuff.
always been in his one All-Star game.
Yeah,
that's disappointing.
That's weird.
Yeah, but
I just put your brain in a pretzel
no,
again.
I know.
It's
a hefty I mean, he's really a cheap player at this point.
He is. He's like the 29th highest paid AAV player in baseball.
Right.
I'm not. It's a great deal. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
In year 7, if you had talked to me 7 years ago, I would have been like, oh, he's a 3 or 4 time All-Star easy.
You would think so. Yeah.
Once?
It's been disappointing.
That's Zach Wheeler's been the better signing.
We're hoping the rotation now for the All-Star game should probably have 3 starters from the Phillies.
Well, I think there's 24 pitchers in Major League Baseball right now with over 100 Ks, and the Phillies have 3 of them.
Yeah.
So you got to think, I don't think Rangers' sample size is going to be enough, but you got to think Wheeler's there. I would think Sanchez has a really good shot.
Mm-hmm.
I would
Those 3 have to be
2.
in there.
You think Rangers going to make it with the late push? He did miss some time.
Dude.
He's pretty damn
I
nice.
think
Since May
so.
1st.
I think so.
Other than the one game May 1st, he's one of the top 5 pitchers in baseball.
Yeah, we'll have
I know,
pitchers
but
there for
as you
sure.
said, the All-Star game thing is weird.
Yeah.
We'll see.
AJ Brown's
He's on a world tour right now.
He is, and he's lobbying for an Eagles uniform to come back.
What?
Yeah, he's out there lobbying for the green on green.
Oh, so
from the early 2000s.
Now this is interesting. Andrew, pull up the Eagles Twitter account because they tweeted something the other day.
That's the uniform. That's AJ saying bring those back.
All right, now go to Philadelphia Eagles official Twitter account.
Okay.
And you will see something similar. This is like when the Sixers were teasing the AI jerseys.
So you think he knows?
I think there's something in the works here where we're going to get the green on green.
Is this the one where like we posted these pictures back in 2015 or something?
No, keep scrolling. You'll see the green on green and like which player do you think of tweet. I think not this year, but I think the following year I think we get the green on green again. Did you like these?
I don't like the green on green.
I didn't love
prefer
them
like
either.
the silver or gray pants.
I know what you're talking about. I see it.
Like, I don't hate them. I don't dislike them.
They look like the color. What are those?
If AJ Brown wants them, give it to him.
Yeah,
you know, like
sure.
whatever the guy wants, he's a beast. But like, I don't feel like nostalgic about these.
No,
it reminds me of the vet and like bad football.
I don't even remember this. I don't know. Maybe I blocked this out because it was bad football, but I don't really.
So here's what the Eagles tweeted 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Who does this think of? And I immediately thought of Deuce Staley. Now, 22 green on green is literally Deuce, so like I wasn't being that creative. But like when I think of green on green, I immediately think of Deuce.
Do you?
Yeah. I think of Deuce, and I think of
Heath Sherman.
No, I think of Bobby Taylor and Troy Vincent.
Oh, Bobby Taylor, you see that? Yeah.
Troy Vincent, Pensbury High's finest. I always had the hometown pride for him. So I
It's-
think of Deuce and those guys.
It's not bad, but the midnight is subpar to the Kelly.
Absolutely. I mean, the Kelly Green is up there with the best jerseys in sports.
Now, if they did Kelly Green on Kelly Green, I would do that.
I need to. Can AI or Grok do a mock-up of the Kelly?
I could make something.
The Kelly
I
Green
can
on
see if
Kelly
I can
Green.
grok
I need
it.
to visualize
Yeah,
that.
let me grok it out.
All right, yeah, grok it out over there.
So now Scott Galupo in the chat, he may be Bryce's agent. He is lobbying, saying there was no All-Star game at COVID year, and he got hurt and missed another one.
Yeah, that's the point. He's been hurt a lot.
2 years he's been hurt.
Yeah. He's got to go under the knife, man. You got to get this wrist sorted out. Like, you're not going to get better with age.
You don't even know what it is.
I know it needs attention, and raw milk from Lancaster isn't going to fix it.
The raw milk could be an issue.
Dude, he had like, in the offseason, he had like bags under his eyes.
He did not.
He looks like he's aging in
Even
reverse.
Peg was like, when we were watching his TikToks, Peg's like, he doesn't look healthy around
No,
his eyes.
it was a big talking point of my cousin Chain.
Yeah.
Was like, dude, is he all right?
Yeah, he looked malnourished or something.
When he was doing the TikTok chef thing, it was weird.
If ever I was thinking about raw milk, I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
And this is what it looks like. I'm out.
I read an article recently where he was like raving about how good Lancaster County's raw milk is.
Yeah, that's
He's
straight.
just out there hitting farmers markets in Lancaster County looking for the best raw milk.
Taking it across state lines. I'm
So
worried
this
about
this
it.
is what Grok gave me, and I show you this.
How bad is
Graf does it again.
that? Does not visualize the Kelly Green on Kelly Green for me.
Does it again.
That's a pretty badass
Where
looking
did you
eagle.
get that V-neck, that little generic V-neck jersey at?
Eagle's got big necks, bro. He's got to
Man,
fit in there.
That's some tight pants with that belt is tightened
Those
up.
talons look badass, though. I wouldn't want to fight that eagle.
Nah, of course not.
Yeah. What else you got?
Oh, dude, speaking of how much people make, there's a report going out about how much water boys in the NFL make.
Oh my God. That's something I've never thought about once.
Dude,
in my
I am
life.
blown away by
So they're
this.
full-time
If this is
employees.
accurate, I guess they must be. They got to be there for practice and everything.
So I would imagine they're part of like the training staff, right?
Yeah, I guess.
They're not just water boys.
I don't know what else they do. But
I mean, they probably
reportedly
clean up
making
the training
5 Gs a
room.
game.
They're probably transporting stuff in and out for every practice of the game.
They're
back-
equipment managers, right?
Yeah, they're
not
basically
water boys. These are specialists.
Yeah, they're equipment managers.
You think it's the same?
I think it's
all in
the same. I think they're just equipment managers that are water boys. They make $5,000 per 60 grand for.
Well, the math's off because 5 times 17 is like 85,000. But they say over 60,000. But yeah, they make it probably that's upwards of like 80 Gs.
Damn,
That's crazy.
can you get that as a part-time gig?
Well, it's only half the year.
Yeah, it's
right?
only half the year.
Well, I don't know. You might have to do all OTAs and mini camps and
Well, I'm
training
sure.
camp.
I'm
You definitely
sure.
got to be there for all that.
So it's
but
not
Yeah.
just 17
Whenever
games.
water is needed, you need to be there.
I'm sure it's not.
But guys are working out constantly, and if you're on the equipment,
Then you better be handing out
there's
water.
boys not handing out water in the gym and stuff.
Yeah,
No,
there
but if they're
are.
a part of
This
if
is
they're an
game
equipment
over.
manager, they're there to make sure
I
the
believe
facility.
we got to find someone inside to see if the equipment manager is different than the water. If the water boy is a specialized job,
No way.
like
So
all
you
I do is make sure people got water.
So you think the gym supplies the water person?
What? The Eagles gym? I would believe. I don't think there's a water.
Because you're saying
Person.
they're not in there with them at the
Yeah,
gym.
I don't think there's a water person while they're working out. I think they got water machines and stations.
Nah, they're not doing
everywhere.
fountain.
Gatorade is better.
Yeah.
No way they're doing fountain.
Yeah. I bet they're full-time employees. I don't know. I don't know if I buy that stat. ML football too. He's a local guy. Some aggregator sometimes.
Yeah,
you
sometimes
know.
they aggregate a little stuff.
Yeah. All
Dan
right.
Plesac, I usually like on MLB.
Yeah, I like MLB Network and Dan.
Well, he
Plesac.
releases top starting pitchers
Oh, I
in
seen
baseball, the top 25
Oh, it's
starting pitchers in all of
I'm
baseball,
gonna hate
according
this,
to
aren't I?
Dan Plesac.
Why are you trying to trigger
Number
me?
1, Scooble. Number 2,
No,
Skeens.
No argument.
Number 3, Hunter Brown.
All right, you've lost.
Number 4, Max Fried. Number 5, Garrett Crochet. Number
Yeah, I'm out.
6, Jacob DeGrom. Number 7, Framber Valdez. And number 8, Zach Wheeler.
That's offensive.
Right? It's ridiculous.
Number
this is a
8.
joke list.
Christopher Sanchez though, he's got 12. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Rangers 14. But
Would you
Zach Wheeler
gun
should
to
be
your head? Money's not an object. You get to lock Christopher Sanchez might be the best deal in sports right now.
Yes.
5 years. Don't even think about the money. If you had to keep one, Ranger Suarez or Christopher Sanchez for the next 5 years.
Sanchez. I just like his stuff. He's younger. He's more durable. I'm worried about
Facts.
Ranger. I'm the
if
idiot
Ra-
apparently who would deal Ranger at the deadline. I got to think
Ranger's a
long-term.
150 inning guy. Like you can never expect him to be a 200 inning guy. He's just not going to do it.
Right.
But those 150 innings can be like Cy Young caliber.
They're ridiculous. I mean,
It's a tough debate.
but it's just a long term.
Sanchez is
How's
awesome.
it playing out?
I love both these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dan Plesac, come on, man. He's not an eighth.
you get these texts that at some point these spam texts are just. I just get a text. Hi, how are you? You get these random number texts.
I always get like loan people or trying out a new product or something.
You got a headline or two?
Yeah, I got a couple things. Did a goat was injured last night?
No, I didn't know. The goat?
Yeah, the red panda.
I saw this on my timeline.
The red panda went down
What do
in
you-
Minnesota.
What do you mean it went down?
She went down off of her stilt. You've seen the red panda at Sixers games before, right?
I don't. Is that the juggler or something?
Yeah, with the plates and the dishes.
Whoa!
She stands on the giant
Wait,
unicycle.
she went down while performing?
She fell at the.
Do we have video of this?
I don't know if there's video of the actual fall, but there's video of her getting carted off.
Oh my gosh!
And I think she went to an ambulance and she was like grabbing her back.
this isn't
The
like
red panda's awesome.
this isn't like the woman who stacks the
Yeah,
the,
on
like
her
the
head.
chairs and then she gets all the way at the top and like
Red
bounces.
Panda's a
at the-
legend.
I
Yeah,
watched
yeah.
that live one time
She's
and
amazing.
I was having my heart was fluttering. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my god, please don't fall, please don't fall.
She fell in Minnesota last night at the
Oh.
Lynx game.
I'm
She had to
seeing
go to the
this.
hospital.
Oh, I'm shaking.
Oh, man.
So thoughts out to the red panda today. She's
Yeah.
like a staple
man.
of NBA and WNBA arenas.
She
Sheesh.
is. She's like a Hall of Fame. Oh man, yeah, she took a.
She took how high was she?
She was on like a. She wasn't that high, but
like a ladder or something.
No, like a unicycle.
Yeah, she does the unicycle thing.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean,
But
it's just
Caitlin
an awkward
Clark
way to
and,
fall.
And the Indiana Fever, who won the cup last night, sent out a message from the locker room like, "Red Panda, we love you, like all the best." So the Red Panda went down last night. Just thought you guys should be aware.
Yeah, I mean, we should be.
Now, since we're on the WNBA vein, did you watch Sophie Cunningham's comments yesterday?
This is so infuriating to me.
What the F was she thinking?
What did she say?
The
I didn't-
towns that
She basically was talking about the expansion teams.
yes,
And she's
it's
like,
a real buzzkill. This is a-
I'm
bonk
gonna like
for you.
paraphrase this. It's not
Sure.
exactly right, but Detroit's getting a team and Cleveland's getting a team.
yes.
And she there were two of the four, and I guess Philadelphia
Two of
missed
the
the
three,
shrapnel.
right?
I think
Two.
there's four, isn't
I
there?
thought it was three.
Three. There's
Yeah.
three.
Okay, just three. So Philadelphia got okay. So in Sophie Cunningham's world, Philadelphia is okay. But she was like, "Yeah, I wish they had like talked to players around the league more. I don't know how much players really want to go to Detroit and Cleveland. Miami was out there as a city. Blah, blah. Basically, was like crapping all over Detroit and Cleveland. Like, we don't want to play there. Why would you send us there when you could send us to Miami?
What?
She's like, you should have asked the players. She's like, Miami's out there. Everybody likes Miami. Then she says, we could have went to Nashville. We could have went to Kansas City. Like, who wants to go to Kansas?
Who wants to go to Kansas City?
Yeah, she's like, I don't know anyone who's excited about going to Cleveland or Cincinnati. And Cincinnati's not even one of the teams. It's Cleveland. Like,
she just like crapped on the Midwest. It was so like tone deaf.
Yeah, it really is.
It was really weird. So
she's crapping on cities.
But
like,
when the Detroit had a team, I think they like led the league in attendance. Like, they were a good fan base.
She's like, yeah, I think she's a Bible belter, probably grew up there. But like to say, like, if you're gonna be like, I'd rather go to Nashville or Kansas City. Like,
it's very self-serving. Oh, I want to go to Miami.
Yes.
Of course you want to go to
we all
Miami.
want to go
Who
to
doesn't
Miami?
want to go to Miami?
Yeah.
Come on.
Chill out.
Yeah.
No, you're going to Detroit. Get used to it.
Get your ass to Detroit. So I thought that was pretty weird. Darren Waller, the former, once very promising tight end. I guess he's called the music career quits, or he's putting it on the side.
He hung up the pads to do a little music.
Yeah.
And I guess
I heard a couple of his songs. It wasn't like the worst athlete rap ever.
Did he rap under a name or just Darren Waller?
I think
I'd like to
did
see
have a
how
name.
many Spotify listeners he has per month. Darren Waller.
Have you seen?
Well, artist Darren Waller. He's got 21,000 monthly listeners.
Have you seen the new phenomenon on Spotify that's kind of troubling? There's a band that just came out of nowhere like 3 weeks ago.
I know. This is a
and
real
they have
problem.
They have over 300,000 monthly listeners.
Higher than that.
Higher?
Yep. They're called the Velvet Sundown.
And they sound like, if you didn't know, you'd be like, oh, that band sounds all right. Complete AI.
AI.
The music, the album cover, the band members, how many?
634 monthly listeners so far.
634,000 monthly listeners. They popped up like 3 weeks ago.
Which is probably equivalent of, they're probably making 40 grand a month.
Is it good?
AI. In my opinion, no. It sounds like overproduced
once you know it's
generic.
once you know it's AI, you're
rock.
like, ugh.
Yeah.
But if you didn't know it was AI and you were just kind of catching it and like passing, you could be like, oh, that sounds all right.
Yeah. Oh, that's catchy.
They got photos of these people, like fake AI
100%
photos.
AI.
They're actually saying, there's an article.
And somebody's making money off of this.
In the industry, but they're not alone. Spotify and Apple Music are now saying like 10 to 18% of every track, all the tracks uploaded every day are AI produced. Because everyone knows, like, we just create AI and we can generate money with these AI bands.
That's
awful. If you're in like the dubstep, the house type music, you can definitely get away with some AI beats in that.
So you're saying Diplo's on the hot seat?
I like that music. I'm into that music, but you could definitely squeak out some AI stuff in there.
By the way, Darren Waller's rap name is Young Walsey.
Oh, let me see what that is. Young. How do you spell that one?
Young is Young,
I know
and then
Young,
WALLCEE.
A-L.
Young
Interesting
Walsey.
name.
C-E-E.
Very interesting name.
It looks like Wal is, but it's Walsey. Does he pop up?
No.
Well, who owned his rights? The Giants own the rights, and they got a draft pick. This is Miami Dolphins are having a strange offseason.
What's going on down there? Like,
I don't know.
We all know the head coach engages in the green stuff, but the whole organization.
I guess you technically had to give a draft pick because they still own his rights since he like retired out of the blue. But like, you're really gonna get, even if it's a 6th rounder, you're giving up a 6th rounder for a guy that was rapping 2 weeks ago in front of Allegiant Stadium.
Like, was he only coming back to play in Miami?
I don't know.
I mean, to play in Miami.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Pretty strange one there.
They seem a little sun dried down there.
Yeah. Another headline: the Knicks appear close to a reunion with Mike Brown.
I saw that.
Yeah, Dawn Staley not considered a finalist, although apparently by the reports her first interview went pretty well with the Knicks, but it appears Mike Brown is going to be the Knicks head coach.
I'm fine with that. That doesn't scare me.
The only feeling I asked my Knicks buddies, I have a couple of close New York friends, and they said, I loved Mike Brown era part 1. Let's run it back. So apparently the fan base is pretty cool with it.
Sure. I'm good with it. Yeah, that doesn't scare me. Dawn Staley would have broke my heart.
That would have sucked. Yeah. One of the other ones, we talked about this briefly after the show yesterday. Jake Paul has officially entered the WBC World Boxing ranking. I believe he's 14th in the world now.
Yeah, on the
outrageous.
WBA. great. He is
WBA,
a great content creator and all that. The boxing, I'm amazed. God bless him. He's an amazing promoter because
he's a good promoter.
He has built this into something where the WBA is now ranking him as a legit contender.
But he's not. He fixes all the fights.
Yeah, like who did he just beat? Chavez Jr.
Or something like that.
Who was like the world #1 like 5 years ago.
Yeah, he's fixing all these fights. It's in the
I'm
contract.
supposed to believe he's beating a former world #1 like that close.
But this is one of those ones where the WBA is like, all right, I don't even know how prominent they are in the rankings. Oh, I should we have a boxing guy in Philadelphia, Adam. We should get him on.
But like he fought Mike Tyson at age 65.
I actually watched that fight.
I still think of Mike Tyson's ass from time to time walking away in the locker room.
Oh. Didn't you get banned on the...
I got banned on Blue Sky for
Blue
that.
Sky.
Yeah. Because I posted Mike Tyson's ass and Blue Sky flagged me as like a porn bot for like 2 months.
They gave you an old bonk.
They definitely boxed you. I think it was in that contract too when he fought Tyson that like Tyson or somebody couldn't knock the other one out. Like it was written in there, you were not allowed to use
throw or something.
Yeah,
it feels like it feels like boxing's really devolved.
Well, this feels like the WBA or whatever organization is like, all right, let's put on a fight now with him. We'll rank him and give him a fight and cash in.
Like he's got to lose, right? If he faces,
I would imagine you would think he would lose to a top 10.
How many of the top 10 could you name right now? Any?
I don't even, not in his division.
No, I couldn't name.
Could you name
one.
any?
I mean,
the only one would be like Tyson Fury, but he retired. He's done.
He's retired.
Yeah, he's done.
Isn't Klitschko one of
Who just beat him though?
Aren't they like 50 now?
No, aren't they like brothers?
No, Wilder
Yeah.
is Wilder
brothers. One of them was married to Hayden Panettiere, like in 1999.
Is Wilder still boxing?
I have no idea. Yeah, maybe Deontay Wilder.
Deontay Wilder.
Dude, I don't know if I could name outside of Fury and Wilder.
Who just beat Fury? Who is it?
Yeah.
Usyk?
Damn, he nailed it. Hayden the intern with Usyk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Usyk, yeah.
He's the #1 spot in many pound for pound rankings. He's the current unified heavyweight champ.
All right, throw him out there
Usyk.
versus Jake Paul. Let's. I might actually watch that because I'd love to see him get demolished.
Oh, me too. I would love it.
Yeah,
it would be so entertaining.
Like if you enter the world rankings, like you gotta step up.
Yeah, I've been waiting for him to fight like an actual person.
Jake Paul.
Yeah, sure. What is that? In between middle and heavy? Lighter than middle?
I don't know what a cruiserweight is. It's been forever since I paid attention to boxing.
All right, and then the last one for you. That was it actually for my headlines. Let's get to you ready.
I got one headline. It's like a little PSA we got going out.
Are we talking sanitation department workers?
No,
pay those people.
I mean, we could, but this one, we're gonna spend a lot of times outdoors, holiday weekend, maybe doing picnics. There are these. Oh yeah. They're approaching.
Are these nugs of the day or are we in headlines?
This is a headline. It's a stinging Asian needle ant has showed up in Philly. They are now in North America. These ants, they can cause anaphylactic shock and could be life-threatening. Yes. Apparently, there's not much difference from them in the regular common like house ant. They say only ant experts, which I forget what the name of them. Can actually know the difference, but the sting is quite painful. Oh, they're an arthropod identifier. Sure. Michael Scavarla, he's an assistant research professor in arthropod identification.
Well, according to AI Overview, an expert on ants is called a myrmecologist.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, look at the picture
that focuses specifically on the study of ants.
The intense pain of a sting can last several hours.
What?
Leaving the skin red and result in highs. In extreme cases, anaphylactic shock with rapid onset of symptoms, including rash, nausea, vomiting, and difficulty breathing.
Great. As if there's not enough stuff to worry about.
Between the trash and now the ants.
Yeah,
man.
now we got to worry about ants sending us into
this poor guy. This Scavarla guy from Penn State says there's little funding available to study Asian needle ants, so he plans to drive to Philly on his own dime in the coming months.
I mean,
oh man,
I'm sorry, but like, how much funding do you need to study ants?
Right?
You need gas money to get somewhere.
If people could possibly die from it, let's throw a little cash and study these ants.
Yeah. Magnifying glass.
Yeah, like what? Like how much funding do you need? Like,
I don't know.
Crowdsource this guy
$20,
$1,500.
Oh my God, they have no known predators or biocontrols like parasites or pathogens that can take care of these guys. So they can actually grow pretty big.
How did they get here?
Yeah, good
Shipping,
question.
probably on a shipping
Probably
thing.
in shipping containers.
Like
yeah.
how lantern flies got here and stink bugs.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You know? Asia just keeps giving us their bugs.
Great.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
watch out when you're picnicking.
All right. Do you have any nugs of the day brought to you by Golden Nugget Jewelers, where Philly gets engaged right there on the corner of 8th and Walnut? We love our Golden Nugget Jewelers. Am I in the safe amount of time to send it?
You're in the safe zone.
We got a quick nug. Here's a good nug.
Well, let me just send
let's
it
go
to overtime.
We got a couple Skeens nugs. So Paul Skeens, his last 10 starts.
Our buddy Hicks was hating on him last night.
He's got his last 10 starts. His ERA is 1.44.
It's pretty good.
1 win.
That's wild. Doesn't he only have 4 on the year?
Yeah, I think he does.
I think it's only 4.
And the Pirates are like been on a heat. Even last night they won, but I think it was 1-0 or 2-0 when he played. They outscored the Mets 30-4 in 3 games. And every time Skeen's on the mound, he's got. Remember when Nola was like that? He got no run support.
Yeah,
Skeen
yeah.
gets 0 run support.
Nola and Hamels both got like notorious no run support.
Yeah. So Skeen,
1 win.
Skeen yesterday was seen hanging out pregame. Do you see this?
No.
With the grounds crew,
Oh,
helping
yeah?
out a little bit.
Was he?
Yeah. He says he's a little bored. When he's bored, he helps out the grounds crew.
Huh.
Is he
so
helping
this is
out
a
or is he
regular
just-
occurrence?
And
for
he
him?
would love to cut grass professionally when his baseball days are over. He says.
No, he does not.
Yes,
He does not want to do that. I did it. He does not want to do that.
Noah Hiles,
Landon Dickerson
Noah Hiles is
loves-
a reporter out there who followed up with Skeens after seeing him out there working with the grounds crew. And he said, yeah, he'd like to cut
He's just
grass.
a simple Southern boy, you know?
Trust me, there's a thing about putting nice lines down on a
Landon
lawn.
Dickerson's a lawn pervert.
There is,
Yeah.
and like if I had a nice lawn, I would definitely be
They got the
maintaining
zero
it well.
turn mower.
I
and
love them; they're great.
Yeah.
But to do it as a job,
yeah.
And,
I mean, if you're just taking care of your own property, I get it.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's got to with a nice mower. I mean, you cut grass professionally. You got those standing mowers look pretty cool.
Oh, those
yeah,
little
those are really
handlebars.
fun, but very dangerous.
They're dangerous.
Oh yeah, dude.
Can you flip them easy?
You can lose control very fast
Well, don't
if
they?
you don't
It
know what
auto
you're doing.
shuts off if you fall, right?
Not those things.
Really?
No. There's like a
Yikes.
brake and a thing when there's handles, and I mean, if you throw the handles off, sure, but like,
Hey, Frazier, quit jerking the levers over there.
I've seen enough people mess around with those and get hurt or
Okay.
do stupid things.
I don't believe Paul Skeens for a second, but if he wants to take care of his massive property one day and cut his own grass,
You were
I
saying
can
we
buy
got
it.
stinging Asian ants and trash in the parks this weekend.
And all the
Seriously,
fireworks, too, that we're gonna
Seriously,
get.
Philadelphia, do the right thing and pay these damn sanitation workers, please.
VJ Edgecombe, he signed a shoe deal.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
With who?
Who's he got? Who's he
I'm
got?
gonna guess. He feels like a Puma man.
Ooh,
Good guess.
That's a good guess.
Incorrect. Adidas.
yeah.
Okay, that was gonna be my
Adidas.
next guess. I went outside the box with Puma.
Yeah, he signed a multi-year shoe deal with Adidas.
Does it
So
say what the money is on this?
we didn't get any money breakdown.
What do you think? $8 mil?
A year?
No,
Wow.
like total. For
Oh yeah, probably
8 to 10 mil, something like that.
I have no idea because I saw like the stats on like Simone Biles and the money
think-
she gets.
I think Ben Simmons got like 25 or something from Nike. I'll have to
Number
look
3
that up.
pick overall. Yeah, I don't know what that goes for, but
This is just an observation, but I really do feel like in recent times, Adidas is starting to like take over Nike.
Adidas is everywhere right now. The Sambas and Gazelles
Everybody's
are everywhere.
all Adidas up.
Yeah,
Really?
I would agree.
I
I
think-
see
I think
more
Adidas is
around
taking
town
Nike.
these days.
Okay, so it says VJ Edgecombe AI overview. We're going to AI a lot here. VJ Edgecombe's sneaker deal wasn't publicly disclosed, but he earned $1.5 million in NIL deals last year, so not up to date. Yeah, I would guess,
guess
know,
like
somewhere
3, 5.
between 5 and 10 or something.
Oh, it's a nice chunk of change.
Not
but yeah,
bad, yeah.
I do it. Adidas is on the move.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it really is.
I get more ads for Adidas, and I just see them around town constantly.
All day I dream about
Sports.
sports.
Man, you're about to get bonked again, dude.
All right, there was something else I wanted to get to. Oh, I wanted to read to you the Chat GPT Philadelphia sports scene in 2050.
Please.
We'll close it out here.
Please.
All right, so I asked Chat GPT, what are Philadelphia professional sports teams like in the year 2050? Chat GPT says, as of 2025, it's impossible to know exactly what Philadelphia's sports teams will look like in 2050, but we can speculate based on trends, franchise history, and emerging technologies. Here's a plausible vision of what Philadelphia sports teams look like by 2050. And if you missed it earlier, today is the first day you can say we're closer to 2050 than we are to the year 2000. Philadelphia Eagles. The outlook. The Eagles continue to be a powerhouse in the NFL.
Like it.
With major investments in player health technologies and AI-enhanced game strategy, they are often at the forefront of innovation.
Preach.
Lincoln Financial Field has likely been renovated or replaced with a smart stadium featuring AR-enhanced viewing, autonomous concessions, and dynamic pricing.
That's terrifying.
Fan culture
What
still
was it? The AR what? What does that
AR
mean?
enhanced viewing.
What does that mean?
Augmented reality?
Yeah.
Enhanced. So if I'm sitting at the game,
maybe you have something under your seat and you can throw it on and watch the instant replay or like up close.
You can see like the track of the ball.
Yeah.
You can see the lines.
I mean, if you're sitting up high, I'm not out on that.
you and I sat up high for those playoff
it's good.
games. There's a great view
But
up there.
I enjoy watching a game more on TV because I like the replays. I like knowing like an injury situation. I like seeing.
So
the
you
highlights.
think that'll indicate that you could watch the replays?
Yeah, you might have like a little.
Football's better at home.
Yeah,
anyway.
you might just throw on a pair of glasses real quick that look like this, and you can like watch the replay, and you know what I mean. Like, I'm still gonna watch the game, but like the ancillary stuff, the extra stuff, I'm in on that. Yeah. All right, Philadelphia 76ers, according to ChatGPT, in the year 2050. Outlook. After decades of ups and downs, the Sixers have finally, or may have finally, built a dynasty.
Yeah.
Or suffered more heartbreak. Either way, they're usually contenders thanks to global talent pipelines and AI-assisted scouting. The arena, possibly playing downtown in a new arena with fully mixed reality integration for fans, both on-site and remote. Notable trends, the league might have added a 4-point line, biometric wearables in gameplay, and possibly even partial robotic officiating.
4-point line.
I feel like after that
I'm in on a
description,
4-point line.
After that description, I feel like I'm out on basketball in 2050.
Give me a 4-point line.
No. Just take away the
I
corner
want the rock
three.
and jock like 10-pointer.
Take away the corner three.
Throw one like
and make
75
the line
feet up in the
further
air.
out.
I'm in on that.
I'd be okay with a 10-pointer.
Yeah.
Like a ridiculous 10-pointer.
Like 80 feet high?
Well, whatever. Like if a team's just so in the
Yeah,
hole,
you have two baskets like rock and jock. You got your normal basket, and then you have an 80-foot high basket that's a 10-pointer.
Get out of here.
Dude, I'm
80 foot's a little out.
Awesome.
8 stories high.
Watching guys launch?
Yeah, just
You
sit
be
there
hitting
watching
the
the guy
banners
walk
and
down
the
up there.
rafters,
Yeah.
dude.
That'd be awesome.
Riveting stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to like abuse it. You're not going to like shoot exclusively at the 10-point basket.
A
but,
bunch
like,
of dudes green
20
shooting at it.
20
imagine
foot
you're,
high.
you're down 25 with 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, you
Guys are
got
just
it.
gonna
Now
be-
you're saying I got a shot.
Yeah, guys are just chucking balls up at the rafters. That'd be awesome.
I mean, someone makes it
20.
would be great, but I don't think they're making it.
80 foot high.
Yeah, man, that'd be
You're
sick.
hitting those.
Steph Curry just like draining it like up in the rafters. That'd be awesome. All right, the Philadelphia Phillies in the year 2050, according to ChatGPT. Outlook, baseball has evolved significantly, possibly with a global league or reduced game time to appeal to newer audiences.
It's already under 2 hours, it feels like. Come
I think they're
on.
going to shrink 162 by 2050. I agree with that.
To what, 80?
I don't know.
60?
150.
What was COVID?
Why
It
would
was
the
60,
players
right?
union agree to that?
They just have to make up the money. As long as the money's right.
Well, as
for
long as the
players
money
union.
stays right,
Yeah.
but that's less concessions, less money for
I
the
hear
owners.
you. Yeah, I hear you. The Phillies remain a legacy team with deep roots and diehard fans. Stadium, Citizens Bank Park, has been upgraded or replaced by a carbon-neutral, tech-laden complex with smart turf, holographic ads, and climate control.
What is smart turf?
Yeah.
Sounds like
Gameplay
it's gonna
changes,
hurt.
Climate control.
AI-assisted pitch calling, dynamic base sizes, and smart bats are possible.
Smart bat.
bats.
What is a smart, like, nanobot bat? Like,
I don't know. Maybe
changes
it,
shape?
Maybe it doesn't break, or it breaks and it heals. I don't know.
2050 is going to be wild.
Yeah, we're
Yeah, I
close
don't
to
know
the
if
We're
I'm
going to be, like,
loving it.
in the future, man.
I don't know if I'm loving
I mean, think
it.
about how much technology's changed in 5 years.
Will I be able to, like, teleport to these, like, stadiums as
Maybe
well?
you can take
I,
your
like,
flying hoverboard right down there and skip traffic.
yeah.
All right, the Philadelphia Flyers in 2050, according to ChatGPT. Outlook, still gritty, still physical.
Still gritty.
While hockey has changed, possibly featuring smart pucks, enhanced fan data feeds, and increased global presence, the Flyers maintain their blue-collar identity.
Oh, great. Yeah, just what we want.
Yeah. Still going back to that,
Front
that
Street Phillies
70s
in
identity.
2050, baby. Wells Fargo Center may be either deeply modernized or replaced. VR viewing suites and sensory immersion zones could become standard. Fan base, still loyal, still intense. Expect AI-driven loyalty programs and real-time emotion tracking during games. That's already happened. Steve Ballmer did that in the Clippers arena.
Yeah.
Where like they award like certain sections like the best fans, and they track your cheering, how much you stand up.
I do not like that at all.
So
I'm
buy
so
that.
out on that.
Well,
That's like Big Brother stuff.
You're
man.
not a good fan.
Well, that whole arena he built, like, it's all face identity, right?
Yeah.
I'm out on that. Like, I don't need people tracking my face and my emotions. And
Get ready for it.
You won't even be able to walk in the building, man. You got to
Yeah.
use your face to make all your purchases, all your concessions.
Scan your eyeballs and charges it right to your eCoin wallet with your fart coin and bomb coin.
Yeah, dude.
You get your eyeballs scanned anywhere?
Oh, that's not right.
Yeah, TSA did it when I came back from the Bahamas. Like, you didn't even have to like show your stuff anymore. They just like scanned you, and I was like,
when we landed in Japan in customs, we had to do it.
Weird.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's not cool.
It feels weird.
Okay, so those are the 4 teams, and then it says other possibilities in the year
2025. I'm gonna skip right through it.
New pro teams by 2050. Philadelphia could host new teams in emerging leagues, such as esports franchises.
We've been hearing about
They've
that
been
for
talking
25
about that.
years.
The
Like
Philadelphia Fusion. They've been talking about that for
I know.
years.
We got an e-sport arena. Where's that
That
at?
was supposed to go with the Spectrum
Yeah,
site.
we
Yeah.
talked about that forever.
That was like 10 years ago.
Like top tier Overwatch or League of Legends teams.
Those games,
What
League
is
of
that?
Legends will be around.
What is Overwatch
He's our
and League
gamer.
of Legends? What is that? What kind of
Really
games
want
are
me to
these?
try to explain that to you right
What
now?
kind of
In like
games are
30
they?
seconds or less.
League of Legends is a lane-based fighting game that you have like
A lame?
lane. So there's 3 lanes in a map, and you have to try to defend. It's a tower defense game, and you have like different characters that do different things. Overwatch is like the same thing, but it's more of a first-person shooter style than what that is.
It doesn't sound horrible.
Sounds horrible, Jamie.
Pro women's leagues, examples WNBA, which is a fact, NWSL, both could expand significantly. And finally, tech-based sports. This is right up Derek Bodner's alley. Drone racing, virtual reality leagues, or AI human hybrid competitions.
Drone racing. Come on, like, would you actually just right now we have remote control car racing. Would you watch those racing? Like, why would you watch drone racing?
Because you get to see it firsthand from the drone. It's kind of cool when you see it like flying.
Screw F1. It's all about D1.
Yeah.
Drone.
Get your drone stocks in now.
This sounds like a horrible sports landscape in 2025.
Well, that's what
Well, they have
2050
battle
Wait, did they
bots.
say
You ever
a
watch that?
softball league? I'd be down
soccer,
for
NWSL.
I'd be down for a Philly softball league.
I would love to see like a professional. No, I shouldn't say love because it probably exists and I haven't watched it. Professional like beer league softball, where these dudes just hitting bombs.
No, I don't want to see a bunch of fat dudes hitting bombs.
Do you
No.
think a
Love
new
that.
sport?
No.
Do you think a new sport is developed
by 2050.
by 2050 that becomes a pro sport?
Yeah, pickleball probably.
Oh, you're probably right.
Ugh.
Gross. And then it says citywide integration. Sports will likely be fully embedded in Philly's culture through immersive tech and transit systems, schools, and even homes. So there you have it.
I hope we have a better transit system by then. I mean, it doesn't look good with the budget cuts that are coming.
Yeah, we were like talking about going downtown and taking the train on Saturday. I was like, I'm out with anything SEPTA right now. Like that.
I
could
mean, you get
change
in,
by
but
the
how do you
hour.
get back? You probably 10 o'clock's probably the
Dude,
last train back.
Anything after 9 o'clock, you can't count on it.
Every day there's
It's a joke.
Bob Kelly on Fox every day. He's like, there's SEPTA delays because there's like not enough people to drive the buses.
Yeah,
Like operators,
falling
shorthanded or
apart.
something.
It's SEPTA is a necessity. It's not like an optional service for people. Like students get to school on it, people get to work on it. Like it's an essential thing.
And if you actually travel to cities that have good public transportation
amazing.
system, you're like, oh my god, this is amazing.
I wish I could take the regional rail all the time.
I go everywhere, have a couple beers, not worry about it.
Oh,
Just-
it's so nice.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a priority. It needs
Take
to be
care of the sanitation
prioritized.
workers and take care of SEPTA, Pennsylvania. Come on, Josh Shapiro. We need you to step in and end this crap. All right, that's going to do it for us today.
What are you doing tomorrow? You heading to the beach?
Working from home. We're just doing a neighborhood party on July 4th.
Cool.
No, not much.
All right.
And then wedding Saturday night. And tomorrow is going to be the Andrew Frazier in Violations Greg show.
Yeah. Good luck, everybody.
Yeah.
I'll be sitting there with you, VJ.
I will be watching.
It's going to be heavy sports talk with me, Andrew, and Joey Marone.
Oh yeah.
Is he with us? Is he alive?
He said he'll be here.
Oh yeah.
So fingers crossed.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks to our presenting
Oh wait,
sponsor.
we got it back in the day.
Oh, back in the day. But thanks to our presenting sponsor, Brett Parks Casino and Bet Parks out on Street Road in Bensalem. Let's do a back of the day, and then we'll call it a day. What do you got?
We're going back. We're going back. We're going back in the day. Phillies Padres. Well, we had a doubleheader. We had a doubleheader. Philly Padres, July 2nd, 1993. It was won in the 10th inning by a walk. Have you seen this? A walk-off hit in the 10th inning?
No.
I mean, I'm three guesses of who of this 1993
was
team.
like my peak Phillies.
Yeah.
So
we got a 10th inning. It's a 6-5 win.
The Phillies had you're saying who hit the walk-off for the Phils?
Yes.
I love this guy. I'm going to go with old Jimmy Eisenreich.
Yeah, give me one more guess.
Pete Incaviglia.
Nope. Take a look.
All right.
And the pitch. Swing and a base hit to left center field. Incaviglia's going to score. This game is over. On an RBI hit by Mitchie Poo. The Phils have won it 6-5 and 10 on the Wild Things RBI hit. Can you believe it?
1 a.m. That's insane. How many people, sounded like there was a decent amount of people still there.
The crowd looked like it was popping.
Yeah. So I'm going down tonight. Hopefully I'm home before that.
All right. So, say that situation presents itself to you tonight. What's the latest you're staying at a game? Are you riding out till 4
Well, I'm not by myself, so I'm with people.
Let's just say you have the ability to stay.
You better not. He's hosting tomorrow.
Yeah, normally I'd ride it out, but now I'm hosting tomorrow. I got to put some stuff together. So, normally I'd ride that out.
Okay. But
in normal
a situation where,
I ride it out.
You would ride it out till 4:40.
If the weather's nice, yeah. As long as I can get a drink or something, not a beer, but a soda, a water, something. Yeah.
If they go that late into the night, sodas and water should be free.
Yeah, but usually they just wrap it up and don't give you much. Like a certain inning, everything's shut down.
Their union, right? They have rules they got to get out of there.
Oh, maybe. I get that.
The 7th, they shut it down.
Well, they shut down alcohol.
In the
but
7th.
You can get water and stuff through the game. Yeah. I'm just saying you should be able to get a water at 3 o'clock in the morning if you're still there.
You staying for the fireworks tonight?
Probably if the weather's all right. Yeah.
Yeah. They usually do a drone show with that as well.
They did 2 years ago, which was awesome. And last year we didn't get the drones with it.
I think I read something that it was. Or no, I heard Light Show last night or 2 nights ago.
All right.
They may do it on a specific night, the drone show.
Yeah.
All right. That's going to do it for us here today on the Anthony Gargano Show. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Thanks, Andrew Frazier, for producing behind the scenes. I'm Jamie Lynch. He's Violations Greg. Hope everybody has a great rest of the Wednesday. And hopefully Shabanov ends up here in the Flyers. We'll see you soon.
We all silly like the mayor.